You call, I answer! Pushing you on the scene! Man, come on! I'm ready to go! Calculated! We do this all day, every day! Remix time! Woohoo! Here we go! Get up! Now, good beat! Ninja! Star! Sniper! Make way for the Ninja Star! Time to play. You gonna keep me waiting, babe? Such a lovely face. Stop, kid. You're killing me here. And only one of us is allowed to do the killing. PlayStation.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Sets the Tuesday Show. I've got to get used to saying that here only on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. Do you find myself and the lovable people that will be joining me very shortly? But you know what we're here for? Interviews, banter, GGs. We talk all things Street Fighter here, and we make sure you're occupied for the next 2.5 hours. Like I said, I'm going to be your host tonight, Jammerz, and alongside me, I got my lovely co-host. They're with me. They're ready and waiting. No face paints this time. They've come back, and they've joined me after our lovely special. There's lovely faces. Veggey on the left, Olvaha on the right. Veggey, talk to me.
Sorry, just hi.
Oh, well, he's here apparently.
No, wait.
No, that was my good friend. That was my good friend Dalsim last week.
I haven't forgiven you for putting me next to Dalsim. It made me feel some type of way. But you know, since we didn't have face paint today, I was thinking maybe I could like put an orange in my mouth and that would be funny.
What?
But
no, it's not
really funny. So
it's not. Sorry.
You know, like we did in kindergarten.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't do that because we're not in kindergarten anymore.
Nah, I realize that.
Well, I guess sometimes I feel like we're in kindergarten when I'm, sitting next to you.
Yeah, that's true. Because I learned from my son, right? And he was recently in kindergarten. So he's a big source of inspiration for my jokes these days. So, yeah.
Hey, listen, listen, you're laughing, but there has been studies that parents do learn from their kids as well. It works both ways. So
Big true.
I'm just worried about what Veggey gets up to in his spare time.
For instance, my son taught me how to count the other day. Because I've been testing Ed, right, in training mode. So I forgot that you could count further than 3. So I was 1, 2, 3, and it's like, Dad, you know it's 4 after 3. Don't restart all the time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc.
You got scolded. You got scolded. Get wrecked.
Definitely did.
Wow. Anyway,
nothing personal,
indeed.
kid.
But yes, Veggey's been telling me how he's doing. Olvaha, how are you doing tonight? You feeling good?
I'm feeling good, man. These guys are, straight over the pond. And by pond, I mean an ocean, but it's not like a very wide ocean. So I could go there and I could be there in like less than 24 hours. Actually, no, sorry. Okay, in less than a few hours. That's
24
better.
hours. I mean, you could fly all around the world almost in 24 hours.
My man.
He's had hold on.
I was having a moment from my earlier job where I dealt with
Hang
logistics.
on.
So that is why.
He's had a long day. His numbers all mixed up. He was trying to make a point, and I'm going to do my job and make that point for him. Yes, there's a country that's very near to him. He can get there in a few hours, not less than 24. But we're going to roll the fight card right now with two people from this country. Richard, you know what to do. Ladies and gentlemen, we go back to the Nordic region. We're going all the way to Sweden because Veggey picked out two amazing talents, and I have seen these guys across the CPT circuit. One of them actually placed in the top 3 in their premiere not too long ago. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have Wainan, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, going up against Torpan. And this is going to be an interesting one here because I have seen both of these guys online, and Veggey speaks very highly of these two. Wyden uses Kage. I believe this is our first Kage on the show, or a second Kage. I could be mistaken there. Torpan, I can't say he's just another Luke player because we're going to find out. We're going to find out how or why he decided to be pick Luke and how he feels about the character and the game in general. Yes, Veggey, talk me through. Why did you want these two specifically?
So when it comes to both Wainan and Torpan, to me they just came out of nowhere and they were really strong players. With two very different characters but very similar playstyles. So they're not they didn't come into the game and then they played like Honda and made you struggle through hands pressure and stuff like. They played really grounded, solid, button-based gameplay. And when they come from nowhere, that's really interesting to me. And then when I see that they're as strong as they are, both of them, because I played both of them in CPT or World Warrior now, and I had no idea of their strength, and I got really like surprised by it. So I thought we didn't have anything set up for today, and I was like, it's been a long time since we had Scandinavia here. Why don't we just find the two new upcoming really talented players and let them have a bout against each other and showcase why Scandinavian Street Fighter is always #1.
He said the line.
Yes,
he said the line.
I will say that today a lot.
I'm so glad.
That's my new gimmick.
I agree. Okay. I agree, though.
I'm not going to mess with that gimmick. Olvaha, how familiar are you two with the? How familiar are you with these two players that we're going to be seeing tonight?
Well, it's kind of the same for me. What it was for Veggey, actually. They, kind of came from nowhere. But I've done some commentary for the World Warrior events, so they are both familiar from that environment. So Wainan has been doing really good in the World Warrior events, and I've seen Torpan in the World Warrior events as well. Not as good, but he did really fantastic in the CPT 22 event for the Nordic Baltic region. He was actually the 4th, and
I think he was 3rd. He came 3rd, didn't he?
Oh yeah, 3rd.
Yeah. Winners final, I think.
Yeah. My bad. I'm making a lot of mistakes today, but
only with numbers.
Only with numbers.
Are you perhaps playing Ed these days, Olvaha?
Maybe. And I'm actually playing my good friend Dawson. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
I had to do it.
Well, he's your boy, not mine. So
Ferrari. I'm sorry.
He's your boy, not mine. When he does well, you can take all the credit. When he does poorly, he's your boy, not mine. That's all I say. Anyway, let me just make sure we're all on the same page because time zones have been changing and they still will be changing around the world. But Richard, put the runner show so people know what's going on. We're changing graphics and we're changing time zones as well. Right now, we are giving you all that Street Fighter news and just catching up with things in general that's happened over the past week, maybe the past week and a half, etc., etc. That's what we're going to be doing for the first 15 minutes. Then in about 6 to 8 minutes, we are going to get the guys in the green room who are waiting to have a little chat with us. And we're going to ask them all things Street Fighter, the character choices, their names, all the stuff you want to know, find it here first. That's going to be the players' interview. And then after that, 20 minutes to 25 minutes after that, we're going to get this 1st to 10 exhibition sorted between these two Swedish players. So if you don't want to stick around for this preamble, this nonsense, this waffle, this Scandinavian banter that I have no idea what they're talking about, then come back in about 35 minutes or so and we'll be with you. But speaking of which, of tons of Street Fighter news, catching up with things. There was another CPT that happened over the weekend, right? And it was for one of the most densest, strongest regions out there. In my personal opinion, one of my favorites to watch as well. And it was an all UYU affair in the finals. And we got to do our formally congratulating for NL for winning that CPT. Because again, for me, NL is always picking the sharpest tools available. Anything that describes efficiency, this is this man here. Once again, he qualifies for the CPT finals. Not using Cammy, not using Akuma. He's done it with the Luke. So yes, UYU's NL, thank you very much for putting on another good show and being the 4th Luke or the 5th Luke, I can't remember what number it was, to qualify for the CPT. If you haven't seen the grand finals with him and Oil King, please watch that, because we're going to get onto something, and I'm going to bring it up with these two in just a moment. Something I've noticed that's very interesting. Luke is taking the headlines. Good, bad, ugly, whatever headline you want to call it. Luke is taking it. But if we go over to see who's qualified for the finals now, this is what it's looking like. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I did count. I can count. Someone can't, but I can. There's 5 Lukes in the cup right now. But Veggey, I don't know if you've noticed, I think for 3 or 4 of the grand finals in CPT, a Seth has been there, but only one Seth has qualified for the final. Have you noticed that?
I actually haven't thought about that, but when you mention it, I can immediately think of 2, Oil King and Solving, who were both in grand finals.
You don't remember the other one? He was very close to home. He's very close to home. Mr. Wolf.
Oh, yeah, of course, which happened like a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, that's crazy. Because, you know, when Seth was he was put down a lot with the changes, but I think when he got when you had to respect his V-Trigger 2, that's when he started rising again, because that is such a powerful tool. And you can see, like, you remember we have had a few sets here, and it's always funny to see if you're going to get that guess right or if you're going to get opened up. And I think that V-Trigger 2 really gave Seth some solidity in his game plan, a way to like push something to push for to open up his opponents. And I think that's why he's solid now, that he got that change. That change was important, because if he was just running Reaching 1 now, I don't think he would have like the it factor to be that strong. But I think that was an important and interesting change.
It's a case of, because before people, this is how some V-Triggers worked in the game, right? Just to quickly talk about Seth. If you don't know the character, he's going to hit you for 400 damage because you don't know. When you realize it's going to be harder to do that, like you said, the V-Trigger 2 gives you that free mix-up opportunity. A lot more people have been dealing with Seth's V-Trigger 2 better at high-level play, but it doesn't mean they don't have to guess the left, right. You know, is the axe hit going to stay in front? Am I going to do some next V-reversal or anti-V-reversal tech? They've got the opportunity to do so. But just as I was watching CPTs and catching up with some stuff, I'd noticed that Seth has appeared 3 times in finals. And like I said, only one's qualified. But what you also have to remember, at the end of the season, we're going to see how many Lukes are qualified by the end of the year. But you also have to remember what characters are featuring, not just in the grand final, but I'd probably say about top 4. Top 8 obviously is a bigger branch, but if you look at that top 4, there's a couple of characters there that can help you go, Seth is probably better than we thought he was. Because again, right now it's just Seth specialists, right?
And I think that's a great point, because then you can add to, like, let's say you have a character qualifies once. That I would say someone having 4 grand finals, a character would show that this character is more viable, because consistency is the way you gauge skill or how viable something is, right? So at the end of the year, we'll only see the characters and we'll be like, these are the best characters. But I think looking at, as you say, top 2 to top 4 and seeing how consistent that showing is as well is just as important. Like Luke, you can already, I should, we should do that. Luke, we know, is one of the best, right, through that list already, because when you have 5 grand finals, winning them, you have to be doing something right. So.
But yeah, that
quite interesting.
It is indeed. I'll tell you something else that is interesting as well. Well, some people might find it interesting. Some people will see it as no surprise at all. But we got to congratulate Ending Walker for just basically reigning supreme and dominating the UK. So, Richie, if you roll the graphic at this point, you're going to see our latest, our 5th and final graphic for the UK World Warrior, put on by Saltmine League, Ritas, and the rest of the team. We got to congratulate this kid, man. He's 16. He's 17 tomorrow, or I don't know when he's 17. It might be 17 2 years from now. I don't know. But, like, the guy is running amok. You will see him at UFA this weekend. But you know what? He's done it again. He's done it again. 5 for 5. He might be one of 2 players if I'm not mistaken, I need to check Australia's World Warrior. I might need to ask Shen Khan about that. Travis Styles has been winning all of his World Warriors. I think Ending Walker's the only other player that's dominated his region. Everybody else has been a different winner. I need to double check that stat. Do not take my word for gospel, but
I'll take your word.
you can do it. But Ending Walker, he's done it, and he's actually in top seed for the regional finals for the UK. 250 points at the top, which means, if I'm not mistaken how the seeding is going to go, he should be fighting Jones round 1. If that's how I'm thinking, because it's first versus 8th, second versus 7th, third versus 5th, and then 4th versus the other 5th, and then that's how it goes. That's how I remembered it. But this is what our final result was looking like. Shouts to Booney as well, you know. Booney only entered one of these, and then he came top 8.
Yes, I want to shout him too. He was, for me, the most influential player in that tournament.
Yes.
He's one of the players outside anywhere winner. One of the guys you want to watch that top 8 back for is Mooney's run, which was
really good.
MVP has always been hard for me because MVP means most valuable player. So it's hard for me to use that term when you aren't the one winning. But he's like one of the, at least MIP, most interesting player or most watchable player in that tournament. It was really good watching his new tactics with Ryu and seeing how solid he actually is. Big shoutouts to Booney.
Yeah, so big shoutouts to Booney. There was another graphic. I don't think Richard may have it at the moment because this is where he's probably got confused. We do have an overall final 8 bracket for the 8 players that will be featured in there, but we might show you that later. I'll not show you that at all because that is going to be interesting to see. But also, I got to give props to you, Veggey. Good job over the weekend doing commentary with MDZ Jimmy.
Thank you. That was really fun commentating with them this
and
season.
I think it was the first time Jimmy did commentary as well. I think he did fantastic. And
it's not his first time, but for a World Warrior, it probably is.
For World Warrior, yeah. But obviously, I really enjoy top level players giving commentary, even if they're not super experienced with it, because they always have that insight. Even if they don't have all the quirks and all the other attributes, they're always going to have valuable feedback because they know the game so well.
I think the funniest thing was when Booney was playing and Jim was like, no, he didn't optimize.
Yeah, but you know what I also like?
He put his heart in that.
Yeah,
but he also gave a
lot
of props to Booney for showing him things he didn't think about, like using back heavy kick as a confirm tool, which was working really well for Booney. I haven't seen other Ryus do that.
Dude,
things like that was really cool.
Dude, I was showing you that with Drew in SF6 in the beta. Ryu
but that's Jury. This is Ryu.
Oh, come on. Ryu could do that. I swear Ryu could do it with stand hard kick in 4. Could he not do that? No, it was a close proximity.
No.
It was a close proximity.
Close hard kick.
And even then, Ryu was crouch mid kick Hadouken or whiff punish with sweep. That's how you played Ryu. Fun, efficient, average strength.
But yeah, no, do you know what? It was a bloodbath throughout. I mean, because I don't think there was a lot of matches that came on stream that you probably would have wanted to see, Veggey. But I mean, overall, you just got to see a fair bit of good gameplay. The 5th and final one, some people did show up out of nowhere and just performed, and other people, they signed up but then obviously didn't show up on the day. But that's how it goes.
You know what? You know the sad part was that Hurricane couldn't play. So one of the 2 potential storylines, and I think for both Hurricane and Infectious, that both of them played and tried to eliminate some of the guys they had to eliminate would have been very important. So when Hurricane couldn't actually play because there was a connection issue, then that made it also a lot harder for Infectious to potentially land that enough points while others not get them because there's too few people to stop these guys that needed 5 points, 10 points, 15 points.
I played Infectious in losers. It was 2-1. GG's to Infectious.
Nice.
But yeah, no, literally, I wasn't even mad, because I faced problem round 2. That went to last game, last round. As soon as I got crush counted by Psychoax, I said, I'm done. Because I said, I'm not coming back from this. And then when I faced Infectious, I think he shimmied me in the last game, and it was the first time he shimmied me, and he took off 60%. And I was like, yeah, I'm done.
That's crazy.
But
that's what I'm saying. Your skill is not represented necessarily with the result when you lose to problem and winners.
Exactly.
And
2 of the best. Yeah, 2 of the best in the region.
2 of the top 3 in that region. So
there we go. Much love to Richard for finding this. So yes, before we move on,
ignored us.
Before we move on to our interview phase, this is what our final leaderboard is looking like right now. Ending Walker dominating 250 points there. Problem X second place 145. live. Shouts to One Step Laid, man, one of the most consistent players over the past 2-3 years in the UK. He got 120. Muscle Noob putting in the work. The Holy Ken, he is there with 111 points. We have Soundboy as well putting in that work. Street Fighter League, online, offline, you name it. He's doing it with the Mayor with 106. Shouts to Shivs. Team Reason have come out here in full force, man. Shivs with 101 points. Shaq's there with Smackbang 100. And of course, Mopu Lapo with however you pronounce that word he thinks is a thing. It's got him 100 points. So we'll give him that one there. So
actually, I wanted to say that his matches were highly entertaining.
No, because I like it. Everyone says he's weird. Everybody says he's weird, but it works.
Was highly entertaining.
It's entertaining in a different way than when you watch Venom play.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, no, fair.
Yeah,
That is.
it's entertaining, but it's different.
Yeah, he was putting on a show.
Listen,
I enjoyed myself watching him play.
Exactly. Yeah. Same. I was like, I was having a good time.
I liked it. I was
that's
having a
all.
good time too.
That's all Mopolapo aims to do. He puts on a show. If you're entertained, he says sub to my channel where there is no channel, but he'll say make sure you subscribe and follow the what's it called?
It's actually a good joke. You don't have a channel, but you say sub to my channel. That's actually a funny joke.
Well, listen, I don't know. It's how he moves. But
you know what I think is cool?
Movement, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called.
I think it's really cool that One Step Layer ended up in third place for his region. If you look back to like 2019 season and then look at this season, One Step Layer, and see the difference, suddenly he's the third best performer in the third most consistent UK player this year. So that it's not a one tournament. It's third most consistent player, and that's really cool.
That's also like just goes to show how much he's leveled up.
Yeah.
In a very like a highly competitive region with like a dense, super skilled player pool.
Right, look, it's easier for me to get top 8 in Saltman League than it is in the UK.
Of course. But I think also if Shax had played, he might have been the guy who got that third spot as he was looking. I mean, I think he only had 3 entries, and those entries had was like third, fourth, third, or something like that.
He got second once.
Yeah, exactly. Something. Yeah, second, third, or something. So if he was entering just one more, he'd probably be at that seeding point by now.
We'll talk about this later because there's other things you can talk about when it comes to a regional final or whatnot. But yes, what I do want to do is I want to get our guests ready and lined up because they have been waiting a little while to have a chat with us. So if we do have Wainan and Torpan, if they can unmute their microphones and get talking with us, because there's tons of things I want to ask him. Pretty sure there's plenty of things Veggey wants to ask him as well. But we're gonna have a good time.
But I don't want to answer anything clearly.
Well, you don't want to? No, you're too busy trying to figure out if Dalsum's gonna show up or not. That's what you're doing. That's what you're gonna do.
Did you call him?
Did you call him? Dalsum or not?
Did you call him?
Let me.
He gave up his headphones, so I couldn't call him.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's lying. He's using those headphones.
I need to get these two. Perfect.
What's up?
Right.
Yo.
Hey, there we
Good
go.
night.
Perfect. Right.
Hey,
so
everybody.
We should have them here. Yes.
Good day.
Torpan, Wainan, can you guys hear me loud and
Good
clear?
evening, gentlemen.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hey, perfect. All right, gentlemen, sorry for the little bit delay there. We got a bit engrossed in our conversation about UK Street Fighter. But now we got to move over to Scandinavian Street Fighter because we do have you lovely gentlemen here. First of all, thank you very much for taking time out of your day. But in this first part of the show, we get you guys doing this interview just to warm you guys up. Be kind to each other before you start hitting each other with forward fierces, crush countering, and V-triggering each other all over the place. It's going to get fun. But yes, my first question for the both of you is I like to find out where people's names come from. So I want to start with Torpan first. Where does that name come from? Talk to me.
Yeah, well, it's actually something that came up fairly recently. I did military service here in Sweden, and you know how in the military you address people by their last name, right?
Okay.
And so my fellow recruits decided to, basically shorten my last name, which is fairly long, Thorbjörnsen. So they shortened it to Torpan, and I just ran with it, and it's stuck ever since.
Wow, okay. A name that came from military service, the nickname. I like that, Torpan.
But so they shortened Thorbjörnsen to Torpan instead of Torban?
Oh, Torpan, right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Wainan, what about you? That I feel that means a food in a certain language. I don't know, I could be wrong.
I have Googled it, and I think it's some kind of region or city or something in China. But I've had the handle for like I think 20 years or something.
Seriously? That long?
Yeah, I was I don't know, 14, 15 something, and I had a really ridiculous one before that. and I just sat down and tried to come up with something cool, and it was Wainan. And it is basically never taken on any service ever, so I just ran with it.
Do you know what? I gotta give you credit for that, because finding a handle that isn't taken on any platform is very difficult to do. You must be in like what, the 0.5% of names that are never gonna be taken. So
yeah, it's hard to get rid of.
That are good, and that are good because it's a good nickname.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
That
Sounds cool. Yeah.
Okay, sounds
Torpan
like
sounds cool too.
Rolls
no,
off the
listen, both of them sound amazing. But like, I've got to go back to Torpan as well. So Torpan, I am very unfamiliar with you and your gameplay. You've come out of nowhere. You have to look at this from an objective standpoint first. You've come out of nowhere and you've picked Luke. So you need to kind of break something down for me. What made you gravitate towards Luke, and why have you been doing so well with him?
Right. Well, actually, I up until recently I had actually played Karen, right? And I've been thoroughly enjoying playing that character until I played against Ricky Mans Barnett. And yeah, that was a struggle. So I had a little bit of a soul-searching period right there, and ended up. But even going back to that, like I really like Shoto characters, and Luke is a very Shoto-esque character with a little bit more range. So he kind of brings about the best qualities in the type of characters that I like. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And I just want to ask you as well, are there any matchups that you personally struggle with at Luke, or you just find fighting any character in the game?
I think I'm playing against most characters. I really like characters that are very well-rounded and can deal with generally any situation. So no character in particular, no.
Okay, yeah, you definitely sound like you like that stress-free life. I like that. I thoroughly respect that. But then I gotta move over to Wainan. Wainan, why on earth did you pick Kage? Kage to me is not a very good character, but somehow you're making him work. What's the secret behind that?
So, well, for starters, I think it's like infinite fun. There's always situations to like adapt to in combos, and you know, I'm just making decisions everywhere about meter and all that kind of stuff. But also, I think from what I've seen in the wild, I have a slightly different philosophy on how to play Kage.
You do.
Okay. I like how you've exhibited this as just the jungle. Since you want to talk about the jungle, is there anything that separates you that allows you to survive longer than other animals in the jungle?
So, like, Kage inherently is like a risky character. So what I've been working on for like the longest time, I've been playing him since basically release, is to how do I play a risky character with as little risk as possible.
Okay.
And to me, that's you know, as long as someone is whipping buttons, I can work with it. So like my hardest matchups are those that don't really have buttons that are whiff punishable. And as long as I can whiff punish buttons and people get scared of pressing, I can walk forward with fantastic walk speed.
You see, now, the way you've explained that, you have the mentality of a Zangief player.
Oh, I do?
It sounds like it. Minus the
You're
walk
a man
speed,
of culture, that means that.
Minus the walk speed, you basically explained a grappler or a big body. How do I play a risky character with barely any risk? I could be wrong.
I guess I can see what you mean. I mean, a short-range character or a really slow character.
Yeah. Okay. Veggey, did you want to ask something?
Yeah, but seeing your Kage gameplay now, do you feel confident that if you had picked a properly strong character, because you don't really use a lot of these random approaches with Kage, so do you think that if you had picked a strong character that's considered strong for the reasons you like to play Kage, do you think you would improve a lot as a player, or do you think there's something about Kage that people don't realize, like his strength-wise?
Well, I don't think Kage is a particularly strong character, as like especially in.
Okay, then we agree.
Especially in a tournament environment where you can run into like a really bad matchup. But for me, I've been mostly focusing on learning the game and, trying to improve. And Kage has really allowed me to work on my neutral and decision making.
Okay. I like
In
that.
a way
So
that
No, I can see that.
Yeah, so you're like a believer in the fact that if you have limitations, you need to like learn to play around them.
yeah, I guess in a sense.
No, okay. No, I thoroughly respect that. Obviously, you did mention Kage's matchups. Wainan, in your opinion, can you give me your top 3 worst matchups when playing as Kage?
Gonna have to look at the list.
No worries, take your time.
I mean, I
Like
can
Manat
think
is like one of the worst.
Okay.
Yeah, agree.
I think actually Birdie is one of the worst. Might just
Yeah,
be
he's-
Veggey being godlike, but
Yeah.
No, it's a
knows?
good match for Birdie, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
and let's
How
see.
about Poison?
I actually don't mind Poison.
Oh, interesting. And that's just a me thing then.
Okay, what about Dawson?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dalsum is just terrible.
So, but you agree Menat and Dalsim are harder than Birdie, though?
Yeah, probably.
How much did you
I
pay?
win again.
No, how
I
much
win
did you,
again.
How much did you pay him prior to the show to get him to say that?
Like, what do you even get out of that? Yeah, your character
know.
sucks, Veggey. Yeah, congratulations.
No, I'm just less bad. I'm just happy it's less bad. Makes me feel good.
You lot are unbelievable. But no, you know what? It's not. I just like to hear these opinions because again, it's different from obviously player to player, region to region. So obviously, Wainan, what you might see in Kage, someone else might disagree with. Torpan, what you might see with Luke, someone else might disagree with as well. So let me ask you both this question, because I think Rikkeman's Barnet is the best player in Sweden. Torpan, Wainan, would you both safely agree with that? Is that correct?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now, do you both struggle against him really hard, or do you feel you can get an edge on him? Have you found the weakness in his gameplay? What do you think it is? Torpan, let me get your opinion on that first.
Yeah, it was. Menat has been a very interesting character for me, and the interesting thing is that I've been approaching it very unorthodox in the sense that I didn't really want to play against Rikkeman's Barnet, in the sense that I wanted to really. To really improve my analytical ability, right? So basically go off of his prior sets and our prior sets in tournaments, and then make up a strategy from there. But one of the things that I was able to localize in Menat is that she's a very dynamic character. Like her frame data severely changes depending on where the orb connects, right? Sometimes it's negative on block, sometimes it's even plus on block.
Yeah.
So she's a very dynamic character, and it's very hard to have. She doesn't have fixed frame data, and it's hard sometimes to know when to take your turn.
That's very well said, actually.
Yeah, no, 100%. Wainan, what about you? Do you struggle with Menat in general, or do you just struggle against how Rikkeman's Barnet plays the character?
Well, you asked that question, but there's like not really a whole lot of Menats to play against besides Rikkeman's Barnet.
That is true, because like now it's just like finding a needle in a haystack at this point. She's a very strong character, best V-trigger in the game, but yet you can't find none of them to play against. Then you just got bumped into him in the tournament. You're just like, yeah, this is gonna be a long day. I feel for you guys. I don't envy you, but I feel for you guys. You got bumped into him in the bracket. It's Rikkeman's Barnet or Phenom. It's one of the two that can probably ruin your day. But I got another question as well. This is for the both of you. I'll get Wainan's opinion on this first. Outside, because I know a number of you play Street Fighter V. How active is the Swedish FGC at the moment in general? Do you guys know, or you're only focused on the Street Fighter V side of things? Wainan, you first.
Well, it's a bit up and down. Right now, I'd say there's at least a few active players, but I think a lot of them are, just in the SF6 waiting room.
Okay, fair play. Do you agree with that as well, Torpan? Or is there like, you probably feel it's more active in some areas? I mean, you guys have a Discord, right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
I mean, the Discord is active and fantastic. A lot of great people.
I actually wanted to do a small, short follow-up question on that. Is the scene in Sweden geologically very spread out, or is it condensed in a shorter area? How do you feel about that?
Wayne, we'll get your opinion on that first.
Mine?
Yeah.
Well, there's like the, I guess, big city FGCs with locals and stuff that are going strong.
Okay. Have you? Do you go to locals that often, or do you just play online and just waiting for SF6 for everyone to just show up again?
Unfortunately, I am not from a big city, so I don't have a lot of people close to me to play against.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Torpan, what about you? Have you got a local you go to, or?
Yeah, we have a local here in Stockholm. Unfortunately, I don't really attend it that often. I'm mostly an online warrior and training mode guru.
Hey, listen, you say that, but you made third in a CPT online to qualify for the cup, so you could say online warrior. Remember, a Capcom Cup champion was an online warrior at one point, so
Actually,
the online warrior name is changing. You know,
I
it should
have
be
a
held in
perfect
higher
question.
regard. Go for it.
So, you say that you're an online warrior. Online warrior. Are you planning on coming to install in Helsinki in 4 weeks? It's going to be a really big tournament.
Okay. That was for Torpan. Are you planning to travel out there to that event?
I've been considering it. I go to. I'm going to college, so it's hard for me to like have a direct. I don't know if I can make it out there, but I'm gonna try at least.
Okay.
It would be absolutely fantastic to meet you.
And what about the last World Warrior event? Wainan, I know is probably
I
entering.
wanted to ask Wainan about install.
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you were just asking Torpan. I'm so
Wainan,
sorry.
are you
Olvaha.
coming to install?
Oh, I'm not coming, Olvaha.
Oh, that's sad.
See,
Anyway.
he didn't even need to answer. He already knew the answer.
I wanted to ask both of them.
Oh dear.
I'm
right.
so sorry, Olvaha.
We've got time for
What a
2 more
guy.
questions. Veggey, you wanted to ask something regarding the World Warriors.
Because I mean it is not too late, even though it's looking a little bit grim for Torpan in the World Warrior. Wainan is looking really good for the finals. I'm wondering, are you guys entering the last World Warrior, trying to get the point needed for the top 8?
Well, I think Wainan's good. So Wainan, I imagine you're gonna enter that last one, right?
We'll see. I'm a family man and my spouse is working, so we might not see me in that one,
Okay.
which would be a shame.
Do you know what?
Holy shame.
Here's what you should do. You should, with your spouse, you should strike a deal, right? If you can, I don't know, clean the house for a whole 2 weeks. She doesn't have to do anything. She comes in, just sits down, watches Netflix or something. You make a deal and you say, right, you let me enter this tournament, and then in the tournament you got to land Raging Demon 3 times. Like, I think it's a fair deal. Just
Sounds perfect.
Talk it over. Torpo, what about you? Are you looking to enter the regional final or to collect points to get into the regional final? Or are you not really fussed about the competition right now after your CPT online?
I'm not really that fussed about it. No.
Okay, fair play. Right, we've got time just for one more question before I set these 2 up in our lobby. I love asking this question because people have surprised me over the past couple of weeks, so I'm going to be very curious as to what you two say. Maybe you might give me more sophisticated answers. Wainan, in your opinion, who do you think the best character in Street Fighter 5 is right now at this point?
Well, I'm pretty sure I will be fighting the strongest character in a couple of minutes.
Okay, I like that answer. Torpan, what about you? Surprise me. Who do you think the best character in Street Fighter 5 is? Is he there?
He went speechless.
He just disappeared.
He doesn't want to say it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I would agree with that. I would say Luke or Dawson.
Wow. Okay, Luke or Dawson.
Yoga.
Okay, fair. Right.
My
Gentlemen.
friend Dawson.
Yeah, your friend Dawson. You can go talk to him. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first part of the show concluded. When we come back from this short break, I'm going to get Torpan and Wainan in this lobby. There's a card game in our midst. You don't want to miss it. Get some snacks, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
So I've been thinking about strength, man. Strength, might, the power to fight. Is it money, authority, a cool job, a ton of likes? Okay. Let's keep it simple. I want to be strong. Can you believe it? We got self-driving cars. The time's coming, we'll be taking rockets to Mars. And yet you still got folks out there using their fists and bodies to seek strength. Yeah, I hear you, man. We're all a bunch of fools. But, you know, if you want to know about strength, you just gotta get to it. We fighting fools are all getting to it on the streets.
You won't know what hit you.
Let me have some fun.
Let's get this mission started. This will be a good fight. Got you in my sights. Neutralized. Come on. Predictable. Time to end this. Fire. Double. Seven. I'm just on another level.
Welcome back to Sets, the Tuesday's show here on Capcom Fighters. We're gonna be starting off our set very shortly here, but before that, Veggey, I want you to say the line.
You want me to say the line?
Okay,
I'll say the line. This is my new gimmick.
Say the line,
Veggey. The line is coming. Scandinavian wrestling Scandinavian Street Fighter is always number one.
He said the thing!
It's good.
He did it.
It is true.
It's good. It's true though. It's big true actually.
It's very true.
Big and true.
I mean, have you seen Scandinavian Street Fighter? You'll see some tonight.
Exactly.
It is very good.
Can't wait for this. Two lovely chaps here and two lovely characters. Especially Kage, because I had a Kage phase. Like I told my mom, it's not a phase, Mom, but it was actually a phase.
Yeah, and your phase is now gone over to playing Dalsim, which is a better phase, because that Kage phase was probably more enjoyable for you, though. But
it was fun, but I'm enjoying Dalsim as well. But I'm enjoying more watching a high-level Kage like Wainan.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, because people, a lot of the time when you see Kage play, as Wainan said in the wild, it's not always very clean. So you're kind of looking for that cleanliness.
I kind of think my Kage was like Wainan. Wainan's was better.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You played like the slow controlled, clean Kage, and Wainan, the way of Wainan. You can say
the way of Wainan. Yo, he knows the Wainan.
You make that sound like a video game, but yeah, as you guys are getting all chummy with your conversation, I think one thing that's fascinated me about Luke, it's not so much Luke himself, it's how people fight him and the other characters. So this I have not seen, so I actually want to see how Kage fights Luke.
Yeah,
actually, like, sorry to interrupt, but like commenting on Jammerz' question about how Kage fights Luke, actually the red light fireball, the red Shakunetsu, the light version, is actually pretty good at whiff punishing whiff normal, so look out for that from Wainan in the neutral.
I mean, he's dead anyway, so that's going to be the first round. I think you make a very good point, because there is no hurtbox in front of Kage and does the light Shakunetsu. It's a very good footsie tool, so I see him after a max distance stand medium kick, or maybe like a stand light kick buffer or something like that. So it's a very good tool to use in general. We tried it there, but
also, like, forward fierce is a good button, but obviously against a character like Luke, it's gonna be super risky because it has quite a bit of recovery.
Yeah, you're not going to want to whiff it. But what is interesting is, like, even as strong as Luke is, I feel like a character like Kage, since they're both close range, Kage might be having a little bit less range, but since they're both forced to play so close to each other a lot of the time, I think that this is like a match where Wainan can show you that slow and controlled Kage style, which he has with that. He ended the last round with that beautiful confirm, and I think that we're just going to have this button exchange, a really beautiful neutral throughout the whole set.
Good delayed jump back there on the throw from the activation there from Wainan.
There we go, once again.
He can just wait here.
Oh, that's great for him. Yeah, that's great.
No. Okay, I've just seen something. Let me wait for this round to finish. Good confirm. If he doesn't throw it, that should be it. And he already saw it.
No.
The anti-bait. But he didn't get the kill, and he finds the hit with instant fireball. Not ready to DP, though, even though that was a really deep jump. What's it gonna be? Who's gonna get the last hit? They both have stand medium kicks, which is gonna ask, and he gets the crouching light kick. Wainan with the first.
That's actually pretty good. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good button at finishing rounds off. I wanted to also say that Kage has, like, his standing roundhouse is pretty good, at least against Shotos when they get really fireball happy. If they want to do like double fireballs on block. But I'm not sure if that works as well against Luke, so we'll have to see if Wyden is going to use that standing roundhouse as well.
Well, I've noticed as well, despite stand medium kick being good, that should be punishable. Yeah, with the light flash knuckle, there was another situation that Wyden was good at as well. You got to be careful because Luke's stand light punch actually puts him forward or moves him forward. So in situations where it works against the other characters,
that's gonna be a huge. Oh no, actually didn't get the maximum, unfortunately.
Oh, big whiff, but Torpan not ready to whiff punish there. And he finds the hit with a double crouch medium kick. No confirm this time, no one doesn't believe maybe.
I feel like also Wainan has to really make the most out of these whiff situations, because Luke will most likely, edge out. There's the roundhouse, by the way. Luke is going to out-edge Kage in the neutral. So as Kage, you have lower HP. You need to make the most out of these punish situations.
Oh,
didn't get-
fortunate for Wainan.
Yeah.
Torpan had the hit there.
He wanted the. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Not sure
Not
that's
intentional,
what he wanted,
guaranteed.
but
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That was definitely not intentional.
But he has the
Alright.
activation. He can get something started. Oh, what a delayed DP.
And he did the first dive kick at him. Okay, this is gonna be a good activation here.
He's trying to find the crouch beam kick confirm.
Oh, it's
And Torpan bravely walking up after blocking 3 of them,
Do you know what?
completely catching Wainan off guard there.
I don't think that was like super brave though. I think that was smart because he already gave away his intention as to how he's going to win the round, and he wasn't going to do like jab and TX tuck to win. Yeah, see, like that. He wasn't going to do that to win the round. So I think that throw was pretty smart from Torpan, to be honest.
Definitely. And nice usage of the EX to get some space. Not confirming the crouch mini kick though. Not right now. Finding and dashing.
Even when you're playing as Luke against Kage, if you get in the corner against Kage, it's gonna be a bad time regardless.
Delay.
Oh, what a big round.
Right, he might wake up low again. Let's see what he does. No, he blocks.
Yeah, he was looking for that tech.
Nice DP. Nice awareness of the open spaces in those block strings. And he gets to live another day for it.
Wait for watch out for the activation. Yeah, if he gets hit by anything, ooh, you're lucky that
That
didn't
was
combo.
actually yeah, all
Kinda
nice.
lucky, yeah.
I like the patience,
Oh,
but there is that crouch medium kick, and it's such a commanding position for Torpan to be in with so much gauge, so much bar. Wainan kind of exhausted of anything but EX bars. And that's just Torpan taking it back. It's looking close right now, guys.
Well,
I feel like
it's 1-1. We just started.
Yeah, it could have been 2-0. It could have been 3-0 if it was really one-sided. Jammerz, you need to look at the time.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He is wrong because it's been like 10 minutes.
No,
and it's
I was
1-1.
talking.
That's even.
I was talking about you, Veggey. You're not
Yes.
technically wrong.
Oh, my bro, thank you. See, Jammerz, just get out of here, man.
I can do.
Oh, nice. That jump meter kick so good though.
Alright,
I feel like Wainan is kind of still getting used to the whole set. He's playing really patient, but he's missing out on some really valuable punishes.
Well,
Nice
I mean,
confirm.
there is valuable punishes, but again, like his spacing activation, and he can do that.
Like that.
Yo.
Yeah, he can do that.
And to the corner, of course. That's the strength from Kage as well. We had that feature reactivated.
And now
you get
he's
them in the corner from almost
using-
anywhere.
Yeah. That standing medium punch becomes a fantastic tool in the corner as well.
Yeah, I
Away
like.
at the moment.
Oh, he's trying to find a crouching medium kick. Torpan not confirming. That's a 14 frame confirm. Not
just
easy.
walks forward. Yeah, that's so unfortunate. Doesn't try to challenge the -2. Yeah, because sometimes Kages can go crazy and do an EXDP after the -2.
Yeah, do you know what?
What a jump!
Do you know,
But it's
I know-
too far
do-
for the full conversion.
Too
you know-
stumpy.
no,
This
do you
is
know
why
what?
Kages went extinct.
Do you know what's crazy? I literally couldn't even say it. I was looking at how Wyden was playing. I was like, you might have to commit to a jump. I think sometimes he might just need to do a crouch medium punch cancel or the forward fierce target combo. I don't think he can go for fierce into the heavy stomp.
Oh, that's his first
once
misconfirm
again.
though. Once it too bad.
Misconfirm is a good term. I'm gonna stand.
Punish.
Great punish.
I wonder why he's not.
And big jump it. Dortmund's not been too strong on the
He gets the
DPS so
Oki.
far.
That's actually that's the
One.
optimal Oki situation. You do the EX fireball into the air fireball, the TK fireball. No, sorry, the ground fireball.
Oh yeah, and Luke is not that big, so he can actually probably get something going after that air fireball, but it doesn't matter at this point. Wainan with a surprise dash throw to end this round. Very close, wouldn't you say, Jammerz? 1-1 and 1-1 in rounds?
I mean,
He's not wrong, you know.
We still just started.
He's not wrong, you know.
Right.
Gotta farm those rights.
Yeah, right. Here we go. All right, gets the rising rocket. And the thing is, I haven't actually seen Torpan jump at all. He doesn't even feel the need to do so.
Yeah, he has really. That's one of the reasons I say, where did these players come from? They don't jump, they just press buttons, and I haven't really seen them before.
Nice.
What a
Actually, I wanted to say as well.
I think he should do it again. Do it again. No, it probably would
I
work.
feel like Torpan has in the CPT event against Yonzai especially, I feel like he was playing super patient. So it's definitely showing that it's part of his game style, play style as well.
Yeah.
Delay back throw.
Oh, back throw. That's so
Wainan probably gonna get another V-trigger though.
No.
nice challenge
If,
from
if,
Wainan.
if he gets hit by a fierce, he's dead.
Yeah, and he needs a crush, maybe as well. But that will be big. Misses that whiff punish though. That's one of those things he needed.
No, he
Oh,
committed.
big drop from Torpan.
Yeah,
But he doesn't
no,
have the B
committed.
trigger. That's so bad for him right now. Oh, the overhead.
It wasn't enough to kill though. Only got one.
Judo chop. Oh, nice punish.
No cancel from Torpan though on that. He had the V trigger. Could have made it safe. Make it punish.
I think he thought he could punish though. I think the reason he didn't cancel was he probably thought the sweep, because that's like what 8-9 frame sweep. And it's got a lot of range. It'll do the work for you. So I feel he just thought it might have been a punish, but unfortunate. But yeah, 2-1 right now to Wainan. Liking this layout at the moment. Again, a lot of the stuff that Olvaha has been calling out, stand hard kick being used in the neutral, the Shakunetsu working out. Things have been working. I think it's just picking spots as to where to challenge and, do a jump. I think that's what's been the biggest challenge for Wainan at the moment.
Yeah. And sometimes it's Kage, like, against a character that has a better neutral than you. Sometimes you just have to take the chance with the jump because the reward is so big from getting that jump.
You can see Torpan trying to whiff punish those
He's making that safe,
stand medium kicks from Wainan, but it's just not finding the positioning or the button. I think stand heavy punch can work. Yeah, but that's a great crush throw into the corner. That's the strength of Kage.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, just go on.
No, this is your character. This is your character.
This was my character. It was a phase, Mom. But forward fierce is a fantastic crush counter and a hit confirm tool as well. I feel like it's actually one of the best in the game because you can do so much out of it.
Right,
nice
he's not dead.
Anyway.
He's not dead. Oh, if he did another follow, it would have been dead.
Oh, nice tech. Clutch.
The activation though. Torpan not taking the throw. Oh, there he is, taking it. What's it gonna be? He wakes up with the jab again. That's the second time in a clutch situation that he's hit Wainan from the double throw.
That's the best jab in the game.
That's true.
Jump.
Big jump.
Straight to the corner. Heavy Shoryuken to end it. Can we get a throw to build some momentum? Wake up jab there from Torpan.
Yeah, he missed the timing there. Unfortunate, but now he's just moving back and forth, giving Torpan some space here in the...
if he throws that fireball right there, I don't think there's much Luke can do about it unless he commits to the heavy uppercut. Good whip punish.
That's true.
Nice. He's whiff punishing the attempted whiff punish from Torpan there. He has seen it.
The animation.
Yeah,
he's gonna go for the animated version instead of the juggle version because he didn't have the meter to make it valuable to do the non-animation version.
Yeah, he just keeps him here, throws that the fake fireball.
Nice, I love the control, like such a good control in the corner there. Just absolutely love it.
Yeah, looking really good, and he's utilizing the kick buttons more as pokes, and then obviously the punch buttons as with punishing tools. With punish there, with the standing medium punch. Good delay tech there from Wainan as well. Let's see how Torpan can come back. Still no jumps from him. I find that very interesting.
Yeah, he's like a really patient player. It's just not part of his game plan. Oh, nice. That's gonna be huge. And
I think that when you have multiple air options and you're not using them, you shouldn't be playing the character. So seeing him use it every now and then makes a lot of sense because you got to make the Luke player think about these options so that slows down his neutral game, right? So he has many air options and kind of needs to use them every now and then.
Yeah,
and they're there for a reason, right?
I will mention something at the end of at this.
Sure, but props to Torpan for that was a moment for us. Oh, catching the V-shift. Oh, the gonna go for the juggle.
Wait, just wait. Yeah, just wait.
We're in the circus. It's a big juggle.
Yo, let's go!
Okay, so
but
3-1 to Wainan at the moment. I think what I wanted to mention before is when obviously Veggey was talking about aerial options and making the Luke player think about the best way to look at Luke is you want to make the ground game against him easier. The more options you have to make him think about stuff, the easier it should be to walk at him and play it at your ideal range. Kage has a couple of things that makes Luke think about certain things, but his heavy uppercut can deal with most of this stuff. So
that was sick. Using that heavy axe kick in the neutral.
Hey, that's a good thing. That's actually a good thing to use.
Yeah.
Oh, he confirmed
something when the opponent, to use it sparingly, when the opponent's definitely not looking to V-shift or interrupt it, right? Just get in with that every now and then.
Of course, but normally you do it from like a crouching medium kick or a standing fierce, so that was like even more out of the blue, just doing it raw.
Activation. He's always been activating from that. I'm pretty sure Torpan can actually maybe look out for that and get activation from there. But one throw will do it. Is he going to uppercut or not? No, he waits. Good check.
And actually, I wanted to also talk about Kage's Oki specifically. If he does standing light kick from 0 distance, it's always like he doesn't need to move forward. He can also like just pick throw out of standing light kick. So that's actually a strong part of his Oki game.
Is it plus on block though? Is it +1 or +2?
I can't confirm that right now. I'm gonna have to look that up. I think it was +1, but please don't quote me.
Let's see. Kage, standing light kick +1. So if Torpan wanted to press the button, he could.
I'm actually godlike.
Alright, gets the low. Nice confirm.
I love this exchange right now on commentary. And while we're having this exchange between Olvaha and Jammerz, we're having great crouch mini kicks from
Nice
Wyden.
interrupt, but doesn't confirm into the V trigger. And now he's gonna get it. Oh.
No, he missed! Oh, no.
No way, no
Oh,
way.
dear.
That's so unfortunate.
This is how
Look at
people
this
lose
combo.
games, because combos don't work. Oh, this is how people lose games, because combos don't work. Oh, no.
He did the dash as well. He did the dash. He does.
That was a V reversal. Nah, that was a V reversal. I'm sorry. I don't care what this is.
I believe you, but it doesn't matter. That was too good.
Guys, this is
Torpan
what
was
I've been
working on that comeback, but the crouch feared, but he canceled it after.
Yes.
So even if it was a reversal, that awareness was great.
I will ask him. We'll ask him.
You know, guys, this is what I've been waiting for. Only Kage can sate my bloodlust, and we finally have a Kage on stream.
I'm writing it down right now. Canceling the crouching heavy punch versus the throw attempt. I was sick.
Alright, let's do that. So, alright, there we go. Gets a throw, puts him there. I feel like Torpan's patient, kind of conservative style is kind of working against him at the moment. Because Kage is a very aggressive, hyper-aggressive character. So if you allow him to get started and be super comfortable in that regard, he's going to look like the best character in the game.
Yeah, that's true.
But we're on that I think that even though Kage struggles a lot in the game, in a lot of matchups, in this, even though Luke is the best in the game, you have second best in the game, sorry, you have a character, they're still playing at kind of the same rules, just slightly less range, but still has other strengths, like the corner carry from that combo and the damage. So I think that this is a matchup where you can actually play Kage to the fullest potential.
Right, he needs a sweep activate. He needs a sweep or target combo activate, one of the two. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he's looking for a whip punish. He's looking for the whip punish.
And this also goes to show how patient Wainan is, because he had the whole V trigger. He didn't do any cancel at any point. He was just, willing to let it go because he's such a patient player.
Nah, I can tell with the way Torpan plays, especially in this matchup at well, it looks like the most effective activations for him are sweep or the target combo. He can use the standing meeting kick activation as well, but just the way he's moving to me, only those first two options I mentioned, that's going to be big. That's going to be huge.
Big.
That was unfortunate.
And the corner carry as well.
And this is why that situation there, ladies and gentlemen, is why you need to confirm your crouch meeting kicks, not cancel into the fire, so you don't get that. You don't want that happening.
That's something
I'm not
to
even
work
saying
on.
it's a joke. I'm being serious. There you go.
Oh, and a big whiff on the roundhouse. I think Wainan needs to be a little bit more careful with that roundhouse, but it has been landing, so props to him.
Pressure being applied. Here becomes the fireball as well. There it is. He just needs to wait here.
Going the forward fears. Yeah, it's such a good normal in that situation because Torpan can't back down from the range of forward fears. So it's like actually a good tool to try to fish out the big crush counter.
Okay, he's going to get damage here. I don't necessarily agree with that, but he might be able to win the round.
Under, but got clipped. Oh no, he tried to punish. Yeah, drop city because that should have punished. Yeah, that's so unfortunate. But Torpan gets another win under his belt, so that's going to be 2-4.
Stopping that win streak that was mounting up there by Wainan. But yeah, back and forward right now. Listen, these Swedish players are exhibiting great patience. I've already learned a lot so far in this set. I've got a couple of notes to make down before my trip to UFA later, just in case we might see this one with different players again. But yeah, I feel Torpan can avoid certain activation situations from Wainan if he V-shifted, especially when he's got the lead to do so.
The roundhouse coming out to play. Gets the throw. He's going to use the crouching strong from Kage as well. A very good tool.
He attempts again to get that pressure started with a raw heavy, but Torpan was ready with a stand like stand. Definitely something he must have noticed earlier. ready to buffer it
Because
or,
he
or
knows
stop it on reaction.
he doesn't have to deal with it at all.
Yeah.
I feel like also, wow, that's such a good confirmed one.
I didn't even know
I
you
just
could do
love. Yeah. I mean, you learn something new every day,
Well, I don't see
especially
anyone,
from Kage.
I don't see anyone confirming standing counter hit stand medium kick
Yeah.
in their face. I don't see.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot. That is very true, and this is why he is a notch above the rest of the Kages in the jungle.
It's definitely one of the best Kages around these days, and
In the jungle.
One of the reasons in the jungle.
I
One
love
reason
how you just
wanted
want
him
to
here
make
today.
that point in the jungle.
In the jungle. Yeah.
I understand. All right, there we go. Just
I
backing
just wanted
away.
to say, I just love how Wainan is just moving back and forward. Like, he's
but-
micromanaging the distance so well, and he's even dressed for the occasion with the tux.
I think he can whip punish with stand medium. There you go. Stand medium punch or
Nice
even
one.
stand fierce, but he got the stand light kick instead, so I'll shut my mouth. Activation again.
Ooh, he whiffed the grab there.
Just needs to
Oh,
wait.
double.
It was a little bit too early because the block stun was so high.
We changed it for the corner. That's good for him. I don't know if that was important.
He
Even
doesn't
was
want that.
intentional.
Yeah,
Probably.
he doesn't want
Yeah. Takes the damage anyway though. Oh, what a walk-up throw. He's been so good at knowing when he can walk-up throw. Just not after pressure. Just no after knockdown. Just in neutral in general.
Yeah. I'm surprised he isn't looking as much as for this forward fierce as I would have expected, but it just goes to show that he's not like one of those Kage players who's just looking for the big rewards. He's actually willing to wait it out and not do unnecessary risks.
Remember what you said in the interview? You said, look,
Exactly.
it's like, I need to play a risky character in the least
I
riskiest way
remember.
possible. So it's
I
showing.
remember.
It's showing really well. He's illustrating that really well in his gameplay. And I do feel sometimes Torpan's putting things on a platter for him. That's a good block.
On a silver
That happened
platter.
again though. That's definitely an input there. Not something he
he
wants.
does not want that. He wants staggered crouching medium punch, I think.
Yeah. Staggered something medium.
By the EX Fireball.
Nice DP.
Yeah, he
First
tried
jump in a while.
Yeah, he hasn't been one jumping in a while. I wanted to give props to Torpan as well for having such an effective anti-air game against the delays, the dive kicks. Because
walk away,
Wyden has been doing
right.
it so little though.
He's one guess from stun delay. Oh, he did.
That's going to be plus frames of nice V reversal from Torpan. That was actually really valuable because it made Wynan waste the last bar and made him lose out on the plus frames as well.
But I also think that it was a good win for Wayne and not having to deal with his V-trigger potentially.
That's true,
We
but
can
look at
keep that
this.
corner control. It's a win-win situation. Still has him in the corner. But that was a great
that's
confirm from Torpan. But he uses the non-Oki version. Thinks he can kill. That's the second time. Loses the kill. Just one hit now from Wayne. And
No,
he gets the plus frames.
No,
Plus frames.
He was being a frame goblin.
And has now the activation. He could have had it there.
Yeah,
What's it going to be?
He could have avoided that.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
so patient.
Oh, he actually thought he might take, but he's just using everything right now.
Hold on a
God.
minute. He tried to throw everything in the kitchen sink. It still hasn't worked. Oh, that is crazy. Now, this is the thing. Listen, players at home, this is one thing you must not do in my vicinity. Don't say you're going to play a risky character in the least risky way possible and throw everything in the kitchen sink like that and get nothing out of it.
But I mean, Jammerz, can you blame him, man? Can you blame him?
Sometimes you gotta mix it up a little bit. Make it a little spicy.
Be quiet, you. Anyway, I've got to give full credit to Torpan for not even biting at any of that. Legit. He didn't bite at any of that. He just blocked everything.
Dude, I think Torpan is actually he has the patience of a saint.
Yeah, he does. And I think that works to his detriment in only certain aspects, though.
Yeah, Wainan was
I feel like they're both on that patient neutral style, but as I said, Kage is a character who would have more options than just the ground game, so he has to use them. Otherwise, why play Kage, right? And I think he is using that wilderness just enough to make it not cost him, but also let him get something from it. But it is definitely the ground game, which is his number one. And it's just like Wayne is back right now. Oh, he goes for the EX. No, that was so risky though.
Yeah,
that was risky.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't
he has the
risky.
V-trigger.
No, yeah, he could have made it safe with the teleport. Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
but that was a glimpse of the Swedish wilderness though.
There you have it. Like the jumping is a mix-up. Jump medium kick, jump heavy punch, jump heavy kick, dive kick, the tatsu. So Torpan doesn't always have the correct timing to deal with such a strong jump.
gonna be a lot of
from
damage.
He's spending the bar. I don't know. He might need that for later. Too far.
True.
That was way too far.
A little bit too far.
He is very lucky, and I don't know if any of you guys have noticed. You know, Torpan hasn't really used Stab Fizz.
Oh no, another drop from Wainan. That is heartbreaking. Look at the damage in return. It's like, thank you.
He did not go for the optimal Oki though with a shoulder ender, went for the ender of DP, so he kind of lets Wainan off for free.
Oh, that could have been buffered.
This is a good, this is a good position to be in right now for Wainan.
He needs to be buffered.
And he hit the kill.
And actually, like, I wanted to point out one thing, especially about V-Trigger 1 from Kage. If Luke decides to go for a fireball at this distance, the V-Trigger 1 will go over and beat it out cleanly.
The V-Trigger 1 or the V-Skill 2 and the V-Trigger 1?
Yes, the V-Skill 2.
Oh, you got him.
The V-Skill 2 that is buffed up by the V-Trigger 1. Yes.
Okay. All right, anyway.
And it's actually a valuable tool because it is, at that range, it is reactable in my opinion. If you're prepared to look out for it.
It's 5-3 at the moment to Wainan. I like the way he closed out that round there. A lot of people are still not comfortable with this change that Kage got, where he does the air fireball, the explosion, the disperse effect that happens. It catches people as the fireball passes them and they want to stand up. They just stop blocking. It's actually pretty useful to him.
Yeah, it's such an interesting and unique tool for a Street Fighter character because we really haven't seen that in a Street Fighter character.
I just want to bring up one thing again. I've noticed that Torpan seldom uses standing hard punch with Luke. Like, I've not seen it like more than probably twice, 3 times.
Yeah.
And there's been a ton of situations where he can use it.
Maybe even use it a little bit too little.
Yeah.
Oh, what
he
a
tries
jump.
to get some. He tries to get some. Trying to get some movement now, some space to work with his thumb bar. But as he did that, the first jump in, I think, from Torpan in this set,
that was a shaky moment,
and lands on Wainan.
Oh, dash!
Oh, the wild dash. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta mix it up like that. You know, throw out a little spice in there.
Pressure being applied, and he's still trying to interrupt. If you're going to do it, just do it EXDP or V-Shift. He's trying to get out.
I love that. I actually love that. Wainan is, if you don't notice it, if you don't know how Kage's fireball works, he's actually mixing up the different fireballs from that range because they have different amount of startup. So the heavy one has most startup, but sometimes it's like a good tool for some spacing traps, and I think Wainan is using them pretty well, especially in the corner.
Fist and it gets punished.
No catch. Sorry, didn't try to make it safe.
I should not be laughing because the one time he used it, he got punished. Oh man.
Maybe he was looking to try to confirm. I don't know. He kind of needed to make that one safe, but he had more than enough of the resources to make it safe. I guess it was not a priority of his, but great start from him, controlling Wainan, keeping him out and finding every hit, but no conversion there though. Activates to get something started.
I love that. Yeah, gets out of the corner. That's really smart, and also like has plenty of meters still left. Oh, but gets back thrown by Torpan. Very nice awareness. He's gonna go for it again though.
Yeah, Kage's ability to side swap with the V-Trigger 1, like he can do it safely or he can take the risk with it. It's there.
And this is like, this is actually fantastic spacing for those Tiger Knee fireballs as well from Wyden.
Everything that is holy, do not throw a fireball. Oh, I did.
The Jammerz hotline tips coming right in.
Oh, what a walk-up throw. After seeing so many mediums blocked, he's just like, this guy is not pressing. Let me walk up and throw him. Nice caging. But what an unfortunate timing for Wainan, and big damage from Torpan.
Needs to do is wait. All he needs to do is wait. No! Oh no.
He didn't have the activation that was gonna kill. That was gonna kill.
Didn't believe in the shimmy there, Torpan. That might cost him because there's an activation coming after that GP.
He's gonna activate from the... Oh, there you go.
Anyway,
he's so hesitant.
He needs to make the Kage magic happen.
He was so hesitant, and Torpan is so patient. Waits for it, and finally DPs. Finally, after all that patience.
Do you know
what a good moment.
Do you know what's crazy? It's Torpan won that, which is great. I feel the moment he activated the V-Trigger and did the Thermobaric Blaster after the EX version of Sandblaster, he should have just waited. Like, the ball's in your court. Like, all you got to do is wait for the V-Trigger to replenish, and you just wait and just flick it out. Like, Wynan's going to walk into one of them. And then Wyden had to take the risk anyway, but I feel Torpan's allowing that V-Skill 2 activation to happen a bit too often when he can avoid it.
But I just want to quote Veggey for a moment from the beginning of the set. We're 9 games deep. It's pretty close, right?
It is now, but there was a time.
It's
it didn't look as
close
close.
If you really want me to agree with the both of you, it's close now.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ, when you two look for my validation, it's ridiculous.
You just think we're looking for validation. We just want to make it funny.
Oh, he's looking to jump again. He's looking to jump again. See what he does. I like fireball. Yeah, fireball walls are coming through. Someone's going to get a bit too antsy.
I think this is a fantastic situation for Wainan because he's still waiting for that V-trigger activation, and now he has the meter. He can make the magic happen. He's going to use the V-skill 1 once again. No, sorry, the V-skill 2 to activate. Oh, no way.
All right, there we go. Looking good. Yeah, there's one thing I notice a lot of Luke players don't do. I think it's only Phenom that really does it. There's this Oki situation Luke gets, and he does the meaty crouching medium kick, and if it hits, then he just confirms into it. If it blocks, he's fine. Maybe I'm just too used to just Phenom doing it.
Yeah, that's something you kind of have to do because they walk out of the throw, right?
Yeah,
so if you don't do that, then that Oki is really bad. But it's one of the places where you have the kind of access to the easiest confirm, as you can just, after you position yourself, you can just look at the stun bar. There's no trick to it. It's so easy because it's melee, right? So you just do that, and it's the easiest confirm in the world because you can use the stun bar on like a 17 frame confirm. So that's definitely something to look for Torpan on that Oki, because from his conversions mid-screen, he's lost Oki quite a few times, even when he has been able to go for shoulder.
No way he gets another chest. No way, dude, not like this. This is a full-blown circus right now. Honk, honk.
What? He could have died. He could have died.
I played the horn.
I cannot believe that all these drops.
No, it's a full-blown clown. It's a full-blown clown fiesta. Honk, honk.
I legit and actually perplexed at what we just witnessed.
Yeah, that was absolute madness.
And do you know what's crazy? Somebody won that game. Like that's what's crazy. The thing is, when you have something as chaotic as that, and the thing is, I didn't actually think that Kage combo would have dropped, but like here we are. Someone has to win, somebody has to lose. It's 5 apiece. They're tantamount to one another, and it looks like they're not going to let that phase them at all. We head right back into it. First to 5, here we come.
They look at, they're like, where were we?
Yeah, listen, mate, that was crazy. I would have made an entire soundboard of sound effects from that last round alone.
Oh, I was gasping for air there for a moment.
That was lucky for Wainan. He was teching. Torpan didn't believe in the shimmy, and Wainan just mashed on the tech again, thinking he might get thrown on the throw shimmy, and he got to back throw Torpan just back into the corner.
The overhead, right? Nice punish from Torpan.
Get a bit punished than that.
Like no judo chops for you anymore.
You can see the reel back on that fireball. Such great positioning, such great placing of it.
The best way, you know what? I'll tell you, the best way to counter some of these spacing traps with Kage's light fireball is something Torpan has not done. Jump forward. He's done it. Actually, he did jump forward once.
He doesn't believe in it.
He did jump forward once. I can remember that.
Yep.
But he doesn't.
Yeah, he did, and he got cross-cut instantly.
No, but he did that one jump.
No, he did that one jump in the X5 when it worked. That's the one I remember.
Where he stunned him, yeah. That's the one I'm thinking about too. Oh, great. Keeps the pressure up. Has to be reversal to get out safely. That's good for Wainan. Won't have to deal with the activations.
Do you know what's crazy? He committed to that.
Yeah.
I can 100% guarantee he committed to that low forward into the X flash knuckle.
Yeah, he was like, you know, it was like, screw it. I've done it like 3 times. Might as well throw the 4th one.
Actually, yeah. That means, yeah, Wyden can't really jump unless it's a hard read on the fireball.
But it's probably putting him off a little bit, just seeing the jumps, being afraid to press. Nice usage of the X kick again.
Yeah, stealing those frames.
Crush counter.
Oh, there's the roundhouse once again. I was just about to say, I want to see the roundhouse because Torpan has been a little more active on the fireball usage.
Part of walk forward after minus that medium kick.
He's not getting his trigger. Yeah. Oh, no whip punish.
No whip punish. That was such a huge whip, and he did not believe in no whip punish. Gets activation. No, finally gets something after the activation. It's been a while since he actually gets a hit landing directly after the activation. Big one for Wainan, who was now down around in the equal game.
Also wanted to go for the optimal meter build. You know, post stun. Go for a few light DPs into the back throw.
Trying to do a dash up throw there. Yeah, listen, I promise you, these guys are trying to make it so they can get one opportunity to surprise one another.
It's highly entertaining right now.
Huge whip from Wainan. Torpan not ready to whip punish.
Because
look at the jab. I'm interested in asking Wainan, is he using the standing jab as much against other characters compared to Luke, because I don't see Kage's using jab
No
that
punish?
much.
Oh, he thought he had that V-trigger, but he definitely did not have it. There's a punish from Torpan there, no?
Just gotta wait
Oh,
out
he's just
a little
looking,
bit.
yeah. Probably looking for the hit. Nice punish on the throw.
No.
Oh, look at these
He's
drops.
not dead, though.
Drop City, baby.
No, he's not dead. He's not dead. He gets the follow-up, but he's not dead.
Oh no! Big
Wait,
drop!
do you know what the
Fake
man-
mix-ups!
Nah.
He gets the follow-up. Yeah,
Nah,
right.
he should've
The game
died.
was like, nope.
What the? Hang on.
That was. We were inside the circus tent
Hang
for a
on,
moment
hang on
there.
a minute.
We were.
Are you telling me they
No
buffed
way.
Kage so much that his combos don't work?
No way.
That's like the third
I-
time though. Yeah. So
Honestly,
this happened
I gotta
quite a few
say,
times.
that close to the corner, I have never seen that whiff like that.
I've
I
seen
have
it
to
3
say.
times in one night.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're in the circus, baby.
Do you know what? It's crazy.
That is emotional damage.
I
hope
bet
Wainan's not
you,
the third one.
If Wainan tells us after this that has never happened to him before, I'm just like, sometimes it's just not your day.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Woke up on the wrong toe there.
Good damage here for Torpan. Yeah, he's going for the whole thing.
Triple jumble.
Throw will
Wainan
do
is
the
just-
trick, and he went for a staggered stand light punch. That's going to be dead. Sure, no problem. Into the rising rocket, taking that round. He's on a 3-win streak. He's looking to make it 4.
Yeah, it's starting to look rough, but you know, recollection can come at any time. What a counter
once
conversion
again,
again from Wayne, and he's so good at these things.
Yeah,
Utilizing tools you don't see other Kage players even use.
I was just about to say that he's the only Kage I've seen use that counter hit standing medium kick so well.
Cool, he tried to catch him off guard with the button. Yeah, because they're using standing buttons so often. This is what Olvaha was mentioning at the
Yeah,
start
I
of the
actually
show.
wanted to point out that Kage's roundhouse is very similar to Luke's back
Background house,
hard
yeah.
kick.
How they function, yeah. Crush counter,
Yeah,
catch the standing
very
button.
similar.
So if you condition them to use standing buttons, they'll get the crush
Yeah.
Oh,
He's dead.
nice chase
He's
down.
dead, he's dead, he's dead,
That
he's dead.
was
Yeah,
a
he's done.
fortunate hit for Torpan at the end there. Wayne not staying solid enough. It's it's just falling apart right now. Might need some chill time, relax a bit, think through it. He is playing good when he's playing good, you know.
Well, the thing is, I
chill
think
time just sounds like he needs like an
for-
hour of break and then come back.
For-
But we don't have that luxury there.
for the past couple of games, he's still staying on the ground. He hasn't gone back to the jumping. I still think he's playing a little bit too close, and Torpan's figured out the range and wants to play it that close. Yes, they're missing a couple of whip punish opportunities, but this is where Luke starts to shine. When you play in his ideal range, the crouch medium kick, the forward fierce, it's like this is where it works for him. I'll take that. That's not what he wanted, but I'll take it.
No, yeah.
But also, like, this is where Luke starts to shine, but I feel like this is where Torpan's play style starts to shine as well, because he's like so non-engaging.
It's the thing with Kage's jumpings there. He's not, like Torpan is not that experienced at DP anti-airing, so the different timing is throwing him off. Now, yeah, but he's had problems due to the difference of timing with Kage's jumping swap-ups, I feel.
Right, if he can get the V skill 2, if he can just do it and hit him with it,
Nice
he's not-
interruption.
He's not dead. Delay?
One more.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you
finally.
go.
it is fantastic delay bait from Wainan.
Probably did delay throw or something to close out that round, or he probably just blocked and just knew an EX Rising Rocket was coming from Torpan, but...
And I mean, you can't blame Torpan as well. Like, he has 2 games of a lead. He can just throw it out sometimes.
Rush counter.
Oh,
Nice
big
press counter. Torpan with the forward advancing special right into the heels of Kage.
Throw again.
What a walk-up throw. What a beautiful
again,
display of
nice
offense right now from Wainan. And he finds that
There it is.
that Olvaha
Yeah.
spoke of, those different timings. What?
But here's,
Not ready to react though.
here's the thing though, let's wait for this
He's
round
still
to...
in a good position here.
This is the
Throwing
finish.
out the spacing traps here.
He should just look for a super, to be honest.
Nice to hit.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did it now, but he should look for a super.
Has a good lead. He's probably looking for just, the crouching medium kick.
Not ready to DP.
The good
It's been a
old
while.
crouching forward.
Second or third jump from Torpan.
Oh,
He's just
getting
not looking
clipped
for
by
it
this.
anymore.
Yeah,
Here comes the V skill. Here comes the V
looking
skill.
too hot.
Is he gonna back that shit?
Once
No.
again.
Yes, that Oki and more Oki. Just not falling down.
He's gonna get clipped. He's gonna get clipped. No way, Torpan confirming that as well. Nice work.
Well, I mean, Time froze.
Yeah.
You might as well
Good
just
stuff
start-
on confirming that anyway.
Wainan,
You're not gonna
though.
take that away from me.
That was
I mean, I'm
definitely
not saying I'm
Wainan's
taking it away
round
from
2
you.
win. That was Wainan's round to win, though. He did not, he should not, could not let that one go away. This is really big. He needs to make a comeback from this round. Already down half life. Nice.
Nice! He was using that. He's been looking for that a few times, but it's a little bit too hard to do on
Yeah.
reaction because it's like the V skill 2 is just too slow. But when it hits,
that medium kick hit here. No conversion, no confirm on that medium kick.
Another stab fist, and it was.
yeah.
I'm starting to think he doesn't like that button.
That was a great tech.
A low forward would work well here for Dwayne, and I'll tell you that much. It would really work well here, low forward. As opposed-
That's the third time he has a stab medium kick and not confirming it into the V trigger. 4 missed confirms.
Oh, he's looking for anything. I think he's fishing. He's patiently waiting for that V skill into activation, probably.
Oh, he wants something
do
big.
it,
He
just
has
do
the
it, man.
super. He just wants
I know
something
you-
big.
Yeah, I know you want to do it. Just do it, man.
He could have died from that.
He's gonna get clipped by the V trigger on.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Mission
He
is gone.
actually, yeah, that's really bad for Wainan right now.
He baited it! He's not ready to DP. He's not that versed in the DP arts of anti-air
He's
DP.
still alive.
Yeah,
He
he's
is
still alive.
about.
Yeah,
But he needs
Luke,
to make
Luke
something
is a
happen.
healthy boy. Oh no! He
He
went
was
for the
super
wrong
dead.
option. He went for the wrong option.
Nah, he's alright.
He has the life lead, nice, and he's checking those. He's checking everything at that point. He's like, no. And 4 wins. 4-win streak stopped by Wainan.
Well, these guys are
He was like,
something-
yeah, he was readjusting his monocle. Like, let me try this again.
Well, I mean, look, these guys are stopping each other's win streaks. It's going back and forth here. I think it's funny how calamitous things can get at times, but it's this interesting.
Yeah.
Because both of them, this is just us on our backseat gaming with our third-person perspective here. We're seeing a
For
lot of
sure.
stuff they can do, but the crazy thing is, it's like these guys are doing what they actually are good at so well.
Jammerz, you said that we're backseat gaming. I just want to say I'm the Kage armchair general.
Okay, that's why you dropped him. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, at this point, I'm the armchair Kage general.
With more matchup experience, Torpan would definitely be ready to whiff punish that with universal.
No,
that's
that's
not
not
easy.
timed.
Yeah, man, you have to wait for those 3 first ones, or to the end of those 3 first ones. Nice walk back from Torpan.
I was just about to say that. Just a perfect, minuscule back walk from
But he should
Torpan.
have whiff punished maybe that throw.
And
Take that, he says.
Yeah.
Oh, what an activation!
Right.
What an activation!
He went for
And it
the
has
side
super.
switch.
Next hit will
Smart.
kill.
Back throw out of the corner, though. No. Oh, and another one. Ooh.
Trust me, that's fine because the frame advantage from the heavy and the EX chucking it, so I believe in the teleport, gives you a lot to work with for the throw or button mix-up. So I don't really blame Wyden for doing that. And he lost a
that's good.
round by doing that before because Torpan did EXDP.
Yeah. So that was like, you put that mix again. Oh, nice with punish. Finally find the spacing for it.
There you go.
There's that stand heavy push. Let's go, Jammerz. Activates out of the corner.
Activation.
Walks out, but not ready to whiff punish the throw attempt. Just not in his mind right now.
Yeah, a little bit
taking time
hesitant
now.
here. You can definitely see the hesitation on Wynan's part. Like he knows he needs to make this happen,
to run
and
away.
he's gonna make it happen with this one. And he's gonna get the there you go.
Conversion half-life on
Love that combo.
1000 health Torpan. Nice hit. Gets the hit. Oh, just steals the turn.
Yes.
Oh, and then
Finally
icy
busts
drop.
out. That was important.
No, but it's
Important
that
for Torpan.
stun.
Ooh, that's so good, and he's
Scaling.
stunned.
He's not dead.
Yeah.
No, he's not
He's
dead. Too
not
much
dead,
scaling.
not with this scaling, but I like the double combos. He went for the heavy. Oh, I love that from Wyden. He stole those frames. He was a frame goblin.
Okay.
He was like,
Interesting. I didn't know where
are
he
those
was,
your frames?
I didn't know where he was going with those 2EX fireballs for the crumple, but
Those are my frames now.
look, he made it. He made it work out there, and then obviously Torpan got a bit fed up, did the light version of the uppercut,
Yeah.
completely whiffed. He's done it a couple of times, hasn't quite worked out here, but it is 7 apiece between these two Swedish players.
Oh, what a
the
jump in.
Look at
Probably.
these jumpings.
I feel like he must have had a timing down there after the stand meeting kick early. He just did it because why not? The pressure hasn't been that great on Torpan's side after landing in anti-air. His offense on that Oki hasn't been very threatening, so I think Wainan is not that really scared
Yeah.
of getting hit by an anti-air at this
You,
point.
you can be the most patient Kage player in the world, but do not tell me they're not gonna jump at some point because God forbid that reward is so juicy.
What's one
It's
of
like the
these?
forbidden fruit.
Oi,
not
and he
the
jumped
water
for the
jumping.
first time. He actually did an arbitrary jump the first time in this whole set. He's jumped before, but this one, look what happens when you jump forward.
Miracles do exist.
And
also, like,
he hasn't jumped unless there's been a specific purpose in the corner or something. He just never said, you know, I'm gonna hold up forward, see what happens. Look what happened when he did it.
Ooh, nice. He's gonna get that confirmation there.
Oh, go to sleep, says Torpan. With Wainan though, fearless. Just keep walking forward. Nice with punish. No big conversion though. So yeah, it was probably a buffer, as you say.
How ironic it would be if he jumped again and he won the round.
It would be ironic for sure, but right now it's all Wainan.
He's gonna die in a minute if he's not careful. Yeah.
There
But nah, what if Torpan was ready for that one? I can see it backfiring with a steamroll, with a snowball.
Look at the way Wayne has been playing in the corner the entire time. Frame tight, fireball pressure, staggered mediums, throws, and then all of a sudden he just says overhead.
Yeah,
But Wainan is ready to punish that throw attempt that goes whiffing differently from what Torpan's been doing earlier. And these small optimizations is paying out for him. Torpan not ready to DP. He's been hit in this range many times when trying to anti-air. Wow.
The back throw. Fantastic positioning and life lead for Torpan right now.
He's gets out the corner, that's fine.
I love how Wainan is using that to get out the corner. That's really smart.
Damage. Alright, let's see. Is he going to do wake up button or is he going to do EXDP because he's fed up?
Go for the Oki. The plus frames once again denied by Torpan with the B reversal.
He's got super.
Oh, he misses a big one there. And Wainan though, maybe waiting for a DP or something.
I don't know, but he was scared for sure.
Wow.
Or maybe just miscalculating the position, dropping his input. Interesting stuff there.
Either way, again,
we can still say that it's close, by the way.
Yeah, it is 8-7. It's definitely a choreography dance by these two. Put on very structured at the moment. Some of the jumps have been paying off. The thing is, I like that they stick to plan A for the most part. There's no real like change up or diversity in their gameplay because of what they've been doing has been working and it's been keeping it this close.
Ooh, surprise dash from Torpan. Oh,
here it comes.
And that's such a great activation for Wainan there when he gets that hit. Just suddenly like that, Torpan is on half-life. Wainan is closing it down really efficiently, throws a limp there.
Yeah,
And there, what a beautiful timing. After having that walk up, he finds the hit on Torpan, who's not really sure about the timing. Wainan fighting back, wants that 8-8.
Yeah, there we go. And right now, Torpan has the meter advantage, but Wainan again just needs that low forward into EX Tatsu.
Or maybe.
Finally. Yeah, Torpan has been a little bit more active with the forward dashes, I feel.
Oh,
he
did try.
Yeah, once again.
He tried, but it's hard for him. It's not that experienced, I feel, in anti-airing with DPs. I mean, he was a carrying player, right? So it's not been one of the things he's been doing the most of.
Oh, he can kill it.
Medium.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
he's not dead. I thought he could have stunned it. He can do dash up light punch though, dash up throw, and end the round. Let's see what he does. And he waits.
Wainan has all the resources now. All he needs is a stray V skill, but it doesn't matter at that point. I just wanted to say about Kage, by the way, that his jumping medium kick is one of the more ambiguous jumpers in the game. Like, it's so hard to detect the cross-up sometimes, so I gotta give credit. I gotta give, to Torpan's defense, it's really hard to see that, especially if you're crouching.
You say that, look at that jump medium kick. That's another ambiguous one as well. So you're looking at two characters that are very good in that department.
Oh, what a confirm. He finds that opening. Wainan was looking mad strong. Gets counter hit. Tries to interrupt something.
He's dead. If he gets this right, he's dead.
So much damage.
Boom. Heavy. Oh, not even. Was that a light one?
So crazy, dude.
That was medium, I think.
Nah, that looked light. That looked like a light one to me.
Maybe.
But nah, listen, I'll tell you what, man. I've seen Phenom do it enough times. I've seen Punk, Kami, all those guys do it.
It's like
when you have a certain amount of health past a certain point and you just got hit by any stray button, I'm like, the moment he charges up V skill 1, like
it should automatically cut to Luke wins.
Well, it might as well, but you don't know. Luke can still drop it. Luke can still drop it.
True.
There we go. Right, this is potential final game here for Torpan. The jump! See?
Another
Look at
jumping.
the forbidden fruit.
And he's
Tasted once again by Torpan.
Telling you, man, look what happens when you jump.
Yeah, he's definitely incorporating that more in his game plan, feeling more comfortable, less stressed.
I can just imagine there's like a small devil on Torpan's shoulder. He's like, you should jump.
I just
Maybe.
walking away. Touch count.
Forward rush, I love it. Stand forward fierce into forward fierce, knowing that Torpan might try to walk up to take his turn and not just take his turn because he wants something to happen. And just like that, Wainan is close. Finds a throw. Is he gonna? What is he gonna be? He will confirm. Why didn't he confirm? But he got the throw anyway. Oh,
Yeah,
important round,
he
important round.
wasn't expecting him to get hit by the crouching medium punch. He wanted to be blocked so he can get micro walk and do something else. But he got the round anyway. That's what counts. We get the
Nice
W in the way.
composure. Ooh, the forbidden fruit tasted by Wyden this time.
Look at the damage on Kage's
It's almost half HP.
Well, I mean,
So crazy.
I was saying to these two they should be jumping before. They got good
So
damage.
you're the
from their
devil on
jumps.
the shoulder. So you're the devil on the shoulder. I see.
Nice backdash. What a nice backdash in anticipation, but he doesn't get the level 2 knuckle, so Wainan gets to live another day.
Okay. He goes full screen instead, and he wants to walk back in. If he was going to do that, he might as well just gone for the shoulder tackle, Oki.
Oh, okay.
but
I don't know where he was
which
going
though?
with that. Yeah, I don't know where he was going with that.
That's one. Needs to get block out one more before he can move more freely.
Yeah, one more on the checklist. Oh, nice cross cut from Torpan.
Big damage. Here we go. Straight
Look
to
at the corner carry as well. Pay attention.
Good
Oh,
what an
nice
interruption.
I feel like it was too on point blank from Wainan though. He should have gotten a little bit more space to try that.
Careful with your fireball placement, Wynan. I think he's looking for
Yeah,
something.
he's-
Yeah.
He almost jumped on that.
Yo! That was crazy! And he finds the random V-skill hit. I love it. Or V-trigger hit.
Love it.
That-
He's so solid. He's so patient that when he does that one wild thing at the end of the round, it's always so entertaining
Well, the thing is,
and effective as well.
that's probably one of the, I want to say, top 3 best moves to do in a scramble. Kage's V-Skill
For
2 and
sure.
V-Trigger 1 is one of the best moves, and you can make it null and void when you have V-Shift available because it becomes
Yeah.
irrelevant. However, if the opponent doesn't have that, then yeah, good luck to you.
Yeah.
Good luck to
It's
you.
true. And also to add to that, even when it's -2, if Kage has meter, like you can be really scared about trying to take your turn back at the end of the round because Kages can just throw that EXDP there. They're feeling extra wild.
What a counter hit. Nice conversion with the side switch. I like it. One big hit now and it will be close for stun. Torpan gets to take
too
the
early,
lead.
too early.
And that's so unfortunate for Wainan because now it's going to be a long while until he has to deal with that V-trigger.
Do you know what? I might have to ask Torpan something
whip
good
punch.
with punish, yeah. I might have to ask him something while those V-shifts were happening. Because something could happen if it worked on hit, by the way. Let's see what happens.
Oh, he's just trying to fish, get something. Soon the V-trigger is gone though. Torpan can move more freely. Won't die from that one straight hit.
Chases him down, no jump yet. Oh my god, he was there.
Oh, that's such a good cross cut.
And he
You're
finds
laughing
it.
at another man's misfortune?
No, because I said he's walking him down. I said no jump yet. As I said no jump yet, he jumped. That's why I'm laughing.
Yeah, you're good at that, man.
Oh, what a confirm for Torpan. What a placement. And corner already, just like that. 94
Do you know what?
seconds. And
If
Wainan
it-
has
if-
to fight from back.
If he gets hit by a fierce or a jump in, that could be curtains for Wyden. Let's see.
But he finds
Ooh, he
no
didn't
conversion
get the
though.
cancel. Yeah, that was so unfortunate because that would have been so much damage.
Torpan did not want to deal with that, but that's kind of good because now in V-trigger there's no DP from
He's got
Torpan, so
hold,
Wainan
he's
does not
throwing.
need to worry
He's
about
got
that
hold, he's
part.
throwing.
He's gonna need some flex tape to seal that patch there.
That's so easy. Gotta find it. That was one throw. There's a DP there now, and there's an activation. Waits for it. Oh, not ready to punish the with throw attempt. There's been a lot of those.
No,
He tried to confirm. Yeah, he tried to confirm that.
He's not dead yet. V reversal. This is not looking good. Is he going to make him spend the bar? Is he going to super?
Oh my god. No.
I will do it.
It was so
Oh,
much
he gets the crush instead.
Dude, that's such a good move. It's surprisingly fast. Forward fierce. Kage players take notes.
Oh, we start just like that, but fortunate for Wainan, Torpan got the overhead instead of the DP. It's just turned around. Very fortunate for Wainan. He should have been cornered. He should have been closer to death, but he finds a jump in like that. He has super. He does not use it yet. Next hit, close to death. It will be dead.
Fantastic
Yeah,
block.
he is.
And that's going to go to
He
the
is
final
dead
game.
with Kage and the
drop
resources.
it.
This is dead.
He's
No,
dead.
don't
Yeah,
jinx
he's
it,
dead.
man. Don't jinx it, man. There you go. Let's go.
I seen 3 drops today. I was not confident until I saw that red blood screen.
I'm with Veggey. I'm just
I
like,
was scared all the way.
Dude, that red blood screen is sick. Like I said, I am not sated yet. We still have at least like one more game, and I am bloodlusted right now.
Let's go!
Watching
This has been
Kage.
such, and I really like that. These are
can't write
up-and-comers,
them, by the
new
way.
players
Can't
from
write them.
Scandinavia, right? They're new players from Scandinavia, but they're showing you neutral mostly. Some jumps, all levels, you have to have some jumps every now and then, just to remember that thing. But they are showing us that they're with punish, double whiff, with punish and confirm based.
Sorry.
Solid players. That was just too funny with a double whiff there.
That was good.
Oh, see, it's I like that he keeps jumping every now and then because Torpan has shown he struggles to anti-air consistently against Kage, and suddenly Wainan is on the prowl after fighting from the back for so long.
Yeah, he had
What
a
a whiff
2
punish.
game. Oh my god, that's so good. Wainan is getting that momentum boost. He's riding the tsunami wave right now.
And Torpan's too afraid to DP again because he's been punished for 2 wake-up EX DPs in the past like 3-4 games, and he does not want to throw away the last one to the same thing. Nice
that's
confirm.
good, though.
We're in the other corner now. We haven't seen a wake-up for a long time from
Activation
Wainan.
from
He's
Wainan.
dead.
He's
One
gonna
confirmed.
get the confirm. Yes, that is one of the most easy to hit confirm
Right.
heavies in
I-
the game. That makes it so powerful.
I wouldn't be surprised if Torpan felt very tense and maybe 1 or 2 knockdowns to do EX uppercut because he wants to
Yeah,
get back
I
into
think
the
so.
final
Yeah,
set.
yeah.
I'm just feeling that. It might not
Yeah,
work.
nice anti-air this time though.
He gets to throw the quick rise on Wainan's size. What a whiff punish.
So good. There you go.
And
Look
then
at
into
the
the
damage.
confirm.
You got a
Torpan's
choice
kind
to
of
make.
falling apart right now.
He shifted.
He reshifts. Great for Wainan.
Wainan is smelling the blood right now. He is on set point.
Nice interruption. No double juggle though. There's a super on Luke's end. He could kill from a good conversion.
Reversal.
Forces that V reversal.
Oh, look at him. He's just staring at Torpan right now. Just willing to wait it out, trying to fish out for that massive damage on that forward fierce.
Why is he
Wainan
going
He has
giving
the
up
V-trigger
space.
activated, yeah.
Buena might want to give up space to get the fireball teleport to be plus. I'm not sure. Gets caught by surprise dash after the stand medium kick.
Oh, he's just gonna throw it out. He can still do one more now.
No, he tries to
no
anti-air the
way.
neutral jump.
Yo,
What
do you
a
know
way
what? No,
to throw
right.
that.
Mad props to Torpan for going for that instead of just doing DP super. He was confident enough to do that in that situation. I got to give props. I would not have done that there. Final game.
Last round.
Final
Oh my god,
round.
it's too close.
I
He's not ready to
love it.
anti-air.
Last round,
fist
last
of
And
round.
he misses. He misses the confirm.
Nobody cares anymore. Fist of flight. They're just going to jump around and DP. They're going to do
Fist will
everything.
fly at
What a
this
tech.
location.
What a tech.
They're gonna
Oh,
go
he uses the EX fireball wheel back and he finds the shimmy. But no level 2 charge. Just very unfortunate on Torpan's side. Great for Wainan. Oh, what a heavy kick.
Roundhouse clipping the forward jump.
Oh, we see another jump there. It is no anti-air from Wainan.
Oh, that's gonna be plus frames. Nice
Such
Comes the
activation
V-skill.
from Wayne.
Here comes the V-skill. Oh no.
And the activation and this target combo is gonna get a massive amount of
One more hit.
carry as well. No, nice interruption for Torpan from point blank.
Is he gonna go for the throw? He went for something more
No,
than
that's
keep him
legit
tight.
though.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead.
Yo, there it is! I called it! He used the V-trigger powered V-skill when it mattered the most, and Wainan will take that 10-9. It went to the last round, last game. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see those GGs in the chat.
Fantastic play from both these Swedish combatants. It came through. It was looking a bit tough. He had a great start, couple of hiccups, but he managed to pick himself up, make that redemption arc, and was able to close it out there. But yes, like Olvaha said, let me see those GGs in the chat. It was great games from start to finish. A little bit tense. I actually thought Kage's combos work. Apparently they don't. But in some regard, Wyden was still able to clutch it out there. So yes, that is the set done. Another 10-9 to note down in the books on the set show. But what we are going to do, calm yourselves down. I know this guy, his heart's just racing at a million miles an hour because he finally got to talk about a character he no longer uses. What we're going to do is we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, you can talk to me about how much I've been slandering you. See you in 5 minutes.
Baby.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. No! Hey, stop! Watch out!
Safety first, bud.
You my new recruit? Yeah. Gotta say, you're photogenic. Again, you can call me Luke. Or just Coach.
Spinning bird kick.
In game, fight!
Rising uppercut!
Spinning bird kick.
Gotcha!
Super Shoryuken.
Watch this! Sonic Boom!
Level up!
Now then.
Jungle House, Edelman, frozen for business! Shall we begin? Showtime! Step into the ring! Don't expect me to be a pushover. I'm so strong! I'm too smart! Here comes a new challenger! Shoryuken! Cut it down! Lend me your power! You want the base? You get the base! Sit down and shut up! Street Fighter 6. Scrap heap. Ready. Start. Hadouken! Shoryuken! Tatsumaki-Tatsumaki!
Tonight's episode of Sets featuring the all-Swedish show, Torpan and Wainan. If you are just joining us, I'm the big bad wolf. I'm going to give you the bad news because there's no more games. Don't you dare type in the chat where the games at. Did I miss them? If you did miss them, you can go on Capcom Fighters YouTube and catch the archive because you did miss. We're not lying to you. We can't write this. You missed a very exhilarating set there. But yes, we are back with the players in the Discord chat because we need to talk to them about what just transpired. So, Wainan, Torpan, can you guys hear me loud and clear once again?
Yep. Loud and clear.
Perfect. So, first of all, Wyden, congratulations on winning that set. Very close from start to finish. Obviously,
thank you.
It looked pretty uphill for you at times because if there's one thing you taught me today is that Kage's combos don't work at a certain part of the screen. I mean, you got to walk me through that. Were you expecting those combos to drop, or did you have a feeling that or did you know that they didn't work?
You mean like the CA in the corner that whipped?
CA in the corner. I think your Dragon Punch missed 2 or 3 times, and it looked fairly consistent. I was talking with Veggey. I'm like, I'm not sure this guy can actually combo anymore. So was that surprising to you, or was that something you've seen before? Have you witnessed that situation before?
Yeah, I'm gonna attribute that to nerves mostly because when you do the V-trigger dive, you have to delay the Shoryuken just a slightly to get the both hits and the what's it called, cinematic on the CA.
CA. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, fair play. Because again, like people who think that players don't get nervous, they get nervous all the time, and I like to have panic combos as backup when in those situations I know are almost guaranteed to work because you almost lost one of your games when you dropped it because of nerves, and that's what happens. And in a game like Street Fighter 5, you don't want to lose because of your drop.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, you know, if you're in a low stakes match, you've already like planned that combo ahead.
Yeah.
And like in the middle of the DP, I decided to do the CA, which was a bad choice.
Well, do you know what? No, that kind of, I think what you've highlighted there is that whole split second decision making. You already confirmed before the start of the combo what you're already going to do, and you're like, near the part when it really mattered, like, I want to try something else.
Yeah.
So that could be a bit rough, but you managed to close it out there. But Olvaha, you wanted to ask a question?
I just wanted to ask Wainan about the matchup specifically. I wanted to ask you, like, are there like certain things you're looking for in the neutral, for example? Could you like walk us through the matchup from Kage's point of view?
From Kage's point of view, I mostly use like medium kicks and shakus because that's the most range I get. If I don't play at that range, Luke can destroy me in multiple ways, I think.
Yeah.
So I just try to keep like that distance and mostly try to whiff punish actually, but Torpan is playing excellent and very tight, so I didn't get a lot of opportunities. But that's basically the match. That's what I'm looking for. Like whiff punishing medium punch and you know, like reversal medium kick on my medium kick, that kind of stuff.
Okay,
sounds good.
That was interesting, and I noticed like it kind of fluctuated a bit. It was up and down. Like at the start, you were getting a lot of consistent crouch medium kicks. After a while, I think you were committing into the low forward into EX Tatsu, then you went back to confirming again. How easy or difficult is it to confirm Kage's crouching medium kick, Wainan, from your opinion?
It's not one of the hardest. I think it's a 16, so it's really doable.
Okay.
It's doable, but it was 14 before, and I did that kind of consistently. So now it's more than that.
Okay, interesting. And then I got to bring this up because I don't think the others are going to bring this up. There was one round where you went absolutely bonkers. What did you do? You did the V skill. No, I think you jumped, it was blocked. Then you did the V skills block. You did the DP and you teleported away and you still didn't win the round.
Yeah.
What were you thinking when you were doing that? I must know.
I don't know, man. It was just like try to overload them with like mostly safe options.
Sorry.
I mean, they were though.
I mean,
That's
listen,
base.
he's not
That
wrong.
is
'cause
incredibly
he,
based.
He made all of them safe. I think only one thing wasn't, and that was the last ditch effort he did there. But I just said while we were commenting, I have to ask him about that because you threw everything in the kitchen sink and it didn't work out there. But I had to ask about that. There was another situation, Wainan, as well. Me and Veggey were curious about this. You were trapped in the corner at one point. I think Torpan went to throw you. You did crouch fist into EX Fireball. Was that a V reversal into something, or was that intentional? I don't know if you remember that.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would never be reversal like that.
I respect that.
Okay. So, Veggey, it must have been intentional.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it must have been. We saw it. We're just like, we're going to
But I
bring it
mean,
up.
the impressive part though was that it was cancelled to Fireball.
Yeah.
So confirm the failed V reversal. Can we say that? Or was it just a failed V reversal all over that became a Fireball?
Sometimes when you mash, fortunate things happen.
Do you know what? You might have to put that on a t-shirt. I think
Yeah,
you should put that on a
please.
t-shirt. When you mash,
Yeah.
unfortunate things may happen. Listen,
I'll take 5, please.
listen, he was honest and open with himself. But Veggey, have you got any? Because I'm pretty sure there was a couple of things you wanted to mention regarding that set.
Yeah, one thing on Torpan's side is that we saw you miss or get hit by jump-ins because it was too late or too early for the cross-up sometimes. Do you think is coming from Karin to Luke, is it harder for you to anti-air with the DP, or is it Kage specific? Like, is it Kage that's making it hard, or is it just that you haven't played a DP character as long as you play the game?
No, I've actually played DP characters quite consistently, and I find it always much easier to anti-air with DPs. But
Okay.
the reason for why that's happening is because I switched to a leverless fight stick approximately a month ago.
Oh.
So anti-airs is still one of the things that are still on my checklist to get a little bit more consistent at.
Okay.
So the crouch medium kick to DP that happened like 2 or 3 times was
Yeah.
probably also the
That was an
leverless
accident. That was an accident.
accident then, because I haven't seen you do that before.
Yeah, maybe could be. I don't know what
Or maybe
situation you're
not.
talking about.
Okay, okay. I like the honesty. That's kind of honest and kind of like
These
living
guys
it up
are
for. I like
mixing.
it.
These guys are mixing
Scandinavian.
up.
Do you know
Yeah,
what?
Scandinavian mix-ups.
The fact that you haven't been playing on a leverless fight stick for a while and you were able to keep it this close, that's pretty damn impressive. I mean,
Exactly.
now that you've
Props.
brought it up, Torpan, how has your experience been with the leverless fight stick? Is it something you want to stick to, or do you want to go back to regular joystick?
No, I want to go. I want to stick with leverless fight stick. I'm practicing for Street Fighter 6 at least, so I'll be somewhat ready once that drops. But yeah, overall, it's been a fairly easy transition for me outside of the DPs. Yeah.
Are you a PC gamer at heart? Because us PC gamers at heart, we learn leverless fast.
Okay.
No, unfortunately not. Fighting games is pretty much exclusively what I play.
Well, since you were since childhood?
No, up until about 10 years ago, it's been pretty much exclusively fighting games.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Long time to
Okay,
dedicate to
okay.
just fighting games. You know? Okay.
But how about you, Wynan? What controller are you using? And if you're using a levered controller, have you ever thought about switching?
I do play on a stick.
Okay.
And for me, it's mostly I can't really motivate the cost, and
Yeah.
and I just feel really bad being bad. So
Okay. Okay.
yes,
Relatable.
Okay. I think we could all relate to that. I think it's the way you phrased it.
But when I played the Street Fighter 6 beta, I didn't feel that advantage anymore of playing on hitbox. I swapped back during the beta to stick because of how they've changed things like super inputs and some things like that. I didn't really feel like you would have. I felt like the playing field was evened a lot more with the new inputs on the supers. It's no longer just 2 inputs twice. You need to have a down forward in either the first or the second round, right? So there are things that made me just feel better going back to playing on a regular arcade stick. So during the beta, on the second day, I actually swapped back because I felt it was not like playing on level less in Street Fighter 5 at least. So that's something to consider at least.
Yeah, okay, interesting. I've got another question for Torpan regarding the set these guys just had. Torpan, for a very long time in that set, you seem to dislike Luke's stand fierce. Did you forget it was there, or was there no real reason to use it? Because you had a very, like me, Olvaha, and Veggey, we were properly praising you for this. You have a very patient style, but it looks like your selection of buttons. There were some times where we felt you could have used fierce and then you didn't, and when you started to use it, it was either getting punished or it missed. So I just wanted to know why you didn't use stand fierce with Luke that often.
Good question. No idea. Is the short answer.
I don't know. These are just things that we notice on commentary. Obviously, it's a different thing when you're playing because the way you and Wainan were playing that matchup is extremely close quarters. You guys love your medium kicks and your medium attacks. But I felt that a lot of the time Wainan was getting the advantage over you, and when you did have the chance to whip punish certain things, it was like, damn, stand fist could have worked here. I think you rarely jumped as well. Is there a reason for that, or you have no idea why you didn't jump? Because when you started jumping, you started winning.
Yeah, I mean, I try to always minimize the amount of jumps and always try to have a mindset of economy of buttons. So the less buttons you press, the less likely you're about to get hit, right? If I jump, I really want to have a really solid read, and so yeah, I guess that's the reason. Okay,
just to kind of counter what you just said about the less buttons you press, the less likely you are to get hit. What if you make it too obvious and your opponent just knows the spacing? Then, like, what then?
Are you talking about the heavy punch?
No, just not in heavy punch, because you're saying the less buttons you press, the less likely you are to get hit. So let's say, for example, because you use crouching medium kick a fair bit, what if then Wyden just knows how you're going to use it, the spacing, whatever? Are you going to keep using it, or are you just obviously going to switch it up and use multiple other buttons? Like, I'm just curious about your opinion.
Yeah. I'm a fairly new Luke player, and he has so many good pokes. That's one of the luxuries of playing Luke, right? You have standing light kick, crouching medium kick, standing medium kick. The list goes on and on. But yeah, I mean that's something I personally got to work on a bit more. Is finding the correct situation for each normal.
Yeah, I guess that's learning fighting games. So
I can definitely understand like playing a really strong character and like having the feeling of not being able to utilize all of your multiple good tools in the most optimal way.
I think it's also the Shoto in me that is just crouching medium kick. That's pretty much the go-to button. So might have to do something with that.
Okay. No, listen, it's a learning process, and again, like right now, Luke is arguably the best character in the game. So, like you said, there's tons of options that even some Luke players don't even use right now, because there's a ton of Luke players who don't use this forward hard punch. That's a very good button. There's tons of people that don't use, his standing jab in a lot more situations where we feel we should. So it will come over time, and then you'll just feel it's like, oh, okay, I'm at this range to use this button. I can press that. I don't need to press this. So it's all a learning process. There was another situation, I'm trying to remember now where it was. No, you were trapped in the corner at one point. You being like really oppressed by Wainan's fireball pressure with the regular fireballs and the shakunetsus. Were you, I think you pressed something, you got counter hit a lot. Were you trying to just do a DP, or were you just trying to break out with a jab or something, Torpan?
No, I was just mashing. And unfortunately at the wrong times. Yeah.
Well, okay, fair. No, I always like to clarify, because the thing with commentating players in these games is like we assume one thing. It's like, nah, I was doing something else.
I will say this though, that Wainan did something that I haven't really encountered any other Kage use, which is use his regular fireball as a frame trap after crouch medium kick, and he used that really well to keep me from mashing.
Because I like just how he was handling the corner pressure in general was fantastic to see. I mean, Wyden, is that one of the most entertaining things about Kage? What he can do in the corner, or is it more of the combo potential for you? What is it?
Let's see. When you play against Torpan, you mostly have to throw, so I don't get to do any fun stuff. But yeah, it's like the challenge is often like getting the hit, and from there figuring out what the opponent's defensive habits are.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
Just breaking the defense from there.
Yeah.
Because Kage isn't a character you really can, take the throw from because his post-throw situation is so good.
Yeah, it's especially in the corner as well, and when you have like one or two bars and the V trigger ready to activate. There was a situation as well that cropped up a fair bit. I need to get Torpan's opinion on it because he was on the receiving end of it. There was a lot of times you blocked Kage's V skill 2 activation when I felt you could have V shifted or probably tried to challenge with an uppercut. Did you just feel it was the safest thing to do, just block it and just take the mix up afterwards, or were there times where you felt I need to challenge this?
No, it was more so focused with the footsie game, and there's always in the mid range you're gonna have to make concessions, right? Sometimes you're in the mental stack list, you're gonna have to prioritize some options in front of others. But yeah, that is definitely a missed opportunity.
Okay, no, do you know what? Fair play. I love how honest both of you are about this whole set and just your perspective on your characters. Because some people, if you're not honest to yourself, then it's gonna hinder your improvement as a fighting game player. Veggey, you got any other questions you want to ask these guys?
Yeah, just go back to Wainan with that question earlier. When you play Kage and you run into a matchup like Luke, do you still feel like Kage in this kind of matchup is limited as a character, or is this a matchup where he can actually play his game? Do you find these matchups to be even, or are these matchups also hard in your perspective as a Kage player?
I've been like back and forth on what I think the Luke match is, from like doable to impossible. But I'm like somewhere in between. It depends a lot on the caliber of the Luke player. If I can play better neutral than the Luke, then I think it's in my favor. But if there's a Luke player that plays better neutral or even, I think Luke has the edge.
Yes, but the character itself, you feel like it works in more normal matchups where characters have more normal range or not arbitrary strength, or do you still feel he's struggling compared to the rest of the cast when he's playing against these more normal characters? Like not Dalsim, not Birdie, not Menat.
Kind of like the mid-range characters, like Karen, Ryu, Ken. Like, do you feel he does like well against those, or?
Yeah, I think I can play at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do my best. I don't have to like get crazy with. If I play Eminat and she has V trigger and I have a knockdown, I have to make a really hard read to close out the match.
Okay, no, that makes total sense to me.
Yes, because what I'm trying to figure out is if the flaw in Kage is that he can't deal with these characters, or if it's more that he struggles with everyone. From, of course, the Kage perspective, like, is the flaw more that he can't deal with these limby zoning styles, or is it more that he's just flawed? Or is he just flawed overall? Is kind of what I'm trying to figure out from Kage's perspective.
I think he's flawed overall, to be honest. But a lot of people disagree because the tools he's gotten over the past. The tools he's gotten over the past 2 years makes him, like, if you list out those tools on paper, he is kind of a complete character. But then I just watch him play and I'm like, God, this looks bad. That's so fun though. That's just me though.
He's got like 8 pages of buffs, and the first 6 is just to make him a character.
I wanted Wynan to ask one more thing about Kage. I saw you using a lot of stand jab. Now, I was thinking, is it like something you do against Torpan? Is it something you do against Luke? Or is it just a part of your game plan? Because I haven't seen a lot of Kages utilize that standing jab to such an extent. Sorry, my ESL is kicking in.
It connects into crouching medium kick and counter it now. It didn't used to do that. So
right.
My thought was that Torpan would press when I was walking forward, and when I would get a counter it. And if it didn't, I'd just push him a little bit further into the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Good
Nice
safe
way
strategy.
to approach it.
Yeah, minimalist strategy.
I like it.
Minimalist approach.
Yes, it's very Scandinavian, so it just goes hand to hand.
The IKEA game plan.
IKEA game plan. Yo, let's go.
So he had this mapped out from the beginning. He said, "Yeah, the IKEA game plan. I like that." All right. Every time I see Wyden play in CPTs, I'm gonna go, "He's got the IKEA game plan." I'll remember that. But yes,
I'm never gonna forget that.
gents, have we got any more SF5 related questions to ask these guys before we move on to SF6?
I want to ask both if they could, in their opinion, rate the best countries in Scandinavia in Street Fighter 5.
Controversy. All right, I'll leave this to you.
Okay.
The countries are, the Scandinavia plus, not just Norway, Sweden, Denmark, but Scandinavia plus. Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, Iceland, etc. I mean, there are no players in Iceland as I know of, though, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'm just interested in hearing your perspectives. Since we're in the same World War.
Torpan will hear your opinion first.
Obviously, Scandinavia is the best, and everybody else, I would say UK is probably second.
Veggey meant I like that. I like that we got that out of you already, so I know not to talk to you. Right. What Veggey meant was within the Scandinavian region, who do you think's the best country? Is it Sweden? Is it Norway? Who do you think's top?
Rate them top 3, top 4.
Right. If we're gonna put up a 4v4 team, I think Norway's gonna win. If we're gonna put a 10v10 team, I think Sweden's gonna win. I think Sweden's best. Norway's the second best, and then Finland third.
Third out of 3 is not really that good, bro.
I felt he said Finland third because you just didn't let him finish. You said no Finland, and he just said Finland third.
So Finland over Denmark, though, at this point.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Okay.
We'll take that.
Wynan, what about you? Do you share the same sentiment as Torpan? Have you got a different list for the Scandinavian region?
I think that's a good take. I think Norway has arguably one of the best players in the world, and we have a pretty good one in Sweden, and then the list goes down from there. Just looking at the World Warrior stats. So yeah, I think that's a good take. 4v4 and 10v10.
Okay, well.
How about 15 versus 15, though?
No, Sweden just gets strong. The more players, that's what I agree with them. The more players you have, the stronger Sweden gets. Because for some reason, Sweden has mad amounts of very strong players, but it's very strange. So I if you were to put a big ladder thing, there would be Sweden everywhere. But in the World Warriors, since it's not that, it's just a top 8, then it looks more dense with the way it is. Yeah.
Well, but how about 15 versus 15 and only leverless controllers?
Please don't answer that question. Please.
I can play leverless.
Yeah.
Riki plays leverless too, and Torpan plays it.
And if you give probably Torpan 2 more weeks, he'd probably beat your entire team.
Whoa!
I'm just saying.
Torpan versus Finland.
I think
the Finland gauntlet at install though.
Well, listen, if you can make it, it might work, but we'll see.
That would be fantastic. I'll make that happen.
What, you gonna fly Torpan out there?
No, I'll make the gauntlet happen.
Okay.
You still have to cover your own expenses.
I have to walk over to the venue.
Well, anyway, right. We'll conclude SF5 there, move on to the SF6 related question. So, just to refresh my memory, Torpan, you said you played the beta, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
There we go. So, obviously, Wainan, you were stream watching a lot of the time because you did mention to me you didn't. But, Torpan, from what you experienced from Street Fighter 6, A, was that your first time playing the game, and B, what did you think of the game thus far?
Yeah, it was the first time I played the game, and honestly, in terms of first impressions, I thought it was fantastic. I think the game shows a lot of potential. I think there's a lot of character identity. I like what they've done with, that was one of the things that I was that was patient to see was in Street Fighter 5 they did a really good job of differentiating the Shotos, and I could still see that intact in 6. So I'm very pleasantly surprised.
Okay, have you got any, from what you've seen in the game or played it, have you got any concerns? Are you just happy with just waiting until release to really delve deep into the mechanics? He was there and he disappeared. Have we still got Torpan?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
I guess one concern would be Drive Rush Geef would be a little bit of a concern.
Sorry, don't worry.
You might get to experience that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man. Okay, no, fair. I like that. So, Wyden, because you didn't play the game, from someone who was watching a lot and absorbing a lot of footage through streams and whatnot, what's your take on the game? Any hopes, any concerns for Street Fighter 6?
Well, I'm not sure. It's for me, it's just a beta. Anything can change, but like, what I like about it is, I mean, everything looks just so polished, and all the game modes and the netcode and the battle hub, everything just looks like a really fun game to just be in.
Okay, well, because to me it looks more like a video game than just a fighting game. That's what's been missing from not just fighting games, but a lot of video games in the past. Probably like
for sure.
For like the past 5 to 7 years, this looks like complete from the get-go. Torpan, was there any? Are you sticking with Luke in 6, or was another character that interested you?
No, we'll see. I'll make up my mind once the game drops. Obviously, everything's subject to change, but I did enjoy playing Ken a lot in 6, and I also enjoyed playing Guile.
Oh, okay. I could see you playing Guile. Definitely, especially with your patient playstyle. Wyden, what about you? Is there any character that interested you from the beta or the roster that you're interested in trying?
Actually, no. I'm still waiting for my character.
Wow. Okay.
Have you seen any you think from those that we saw in that? What was the video? The one with the
trailer that showed
the 18 characters.
the trailer,
the 18. Any of those 18?
Maybe Lily. And if that doesn't work out, I'm probably going Cammy. I was a Cammy main once.
Okay.
You were a Cammy main once?
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What made you change?
He is boring. Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't want to say it, but he did.
He did.
Hey, listen, he says it how he sees it. I like it. Also, Jen, since you both have been part of the World Warrior program or competing in the World Warrior program for the Nordic Baltic region, I just wanted to get your opinions. Torpan, you first. Do you think the World Warrior program should return for Street Fighter 6, or do you think it should be just not come back at all?
Yeah, I want to preface this by saying I haven't actually competed in any of the World Warrior events.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
No. But from the looks of it, outside looking in, it looks like a fantastic idea, and hopefully it's here to stay.
Cool. All right. Wainan, what about you?
I absolutely think they should stay. They're really fun, and I think they're a really good idea.
Cool. All right. I always like to hear it. No, so far, no one has said no yet. Everyone's like, bring it back. More representation. Everyone gets to see. And obviously, it gives, with the environment of how online works now, it gives majority of players 2 chances. Yeah, 2 chances. Because Rikemans Barnett, for example, he lost to Phenom in the online premiere, and then he still has the chance to run in for the regional finals for the World Warrior. So it's good to see. The more chances, the better. And this CPT finals is probably going to be the biggest one that it's ever been. I think it's going to be 48 players instead of 32. I think it was, unless my numbers are completely wrong. But I'll figure that out later. But yeah, I mean, for the next game, Street Fighter 6, are you guys planning to compete, or are you just going to stick to the online competitive side of things? Wynan, you first.
We'll see, I guess. I would like to. But as I mentioned, I'm a family man, so I can't just...
Oh, yeah, you can't just walk away and then,
hop on a plane somewhere. No, exactly.
Yeah, rough life indeed. Torpan, what about you? You plan to compete, or are you just going to stick to the online tournaments and whatnot for Street Fighter 6?
No, I'm definitely a wait and see kind of guy, and I'd like to compete. I love to compete, but I'm going to take it one step at a time.
Cool. Fair play. Now, do you guys have any other questions you want to ask before I hit with a surprise question?
You can go for it, man.
Surprise! I wonder how will you surprise us today?
Well, I don't know. These guys have been very straightforward and nice and simple with their answers, so I expect a little bit more from that. So, gentlemen, let me just make sure we're on the same page here. Are you aware that they're putting in actual esports commentators in Street Fighter 6?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Cool. Right. So, I like to ask this question to everybody. If you could have 2 of your favorite commentators as part of DLC commentators for Street Fighter 6, which 2 would you put in the game? If they're not already in the game already. Wynan, you first.
Oh, I've seen this question and I've thought about it, but now I'm really blanking.
Do you want me to come back to you?
No. I like Jammerz. He's a really good commentator. I think he's very knowledgeable. And I also like Jam. I would like to see him in the commentator pack.
Okay, cool. Fingers crossed. I've got one more vote on my side. That makes 3. Torpan, what about you? If you've got any favorite commentators, who would you like to see in Street Fighter 6 as DLC commentator if they're not already in the game?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy Veggie's commentary, so I really want to see him there. And I'm not sure, but Ultra David is not in the game, right?
No, he isn't.
No, I also want to see Ultra David.
Oh, okay.
I'm very happy right now. Thank you, Torpan. Let's go.
Hey. No, honestly, that's good. I always like hearing people's opinions because we get different ones, we get usual names and whatnot, but we'll see how it works because at the end of the day, like I say to all our guests, if this works out with the real-time commentators, fingers crossed they get some DLC ones. You might see Veggey, you might see Olvaha, you might see a sets pack, you don't know. Who knows? We'll see.
They should have just a sets corner in the game. That would be sick.
Well, we'll see. I'm sure we can ask Matt to give him a nudge in the development team. Say, hey, just give us our corner. Just give us our corner right over there. It won't cost any money.
The back street alley.
But yes, gentlemen, I believe we are just about out of time. Much appreciate for having you guys on the show. Richard, if you could roll up their fight card once again so the people know where to follow them on their Twitter accounts, because I believe that is all they have, because I did ask them before. But yes, gentlemen, this is where I allow you to have your final words before we let you leave the conversation. So, much appreciated once again. But Wainan, have you got any final words to say to the people before we let you go? If you want to slam the Dalsim, now's your chance.
Slam the Dalsim?
Yeah, if you want to do it now, now's your chance.
No, I think Olvaha is cool and I want to keep being friends with him.
You're a cool guy too. But even if you slandered Dalsim, I would still be your friend.
No, just shout out to the Swedish community. They're a fantastic bunch of people. Shout outs to my coach Henke with his fantastic analytical mind. He's not a competitive player, but he helps me figure things out.
Oh, that's sick.
Okay, I like that there. And Torpan, what about you? Any special shout outs? Anything you want to plug? Anything?
I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend. She's always with me through thick and thin. And for the people that don't know, I play with a green color because it's her favorite color. So I really
Yo, let's go. I like it.
yeah,
nice.
So absolutely shout outs to her. And then also shout outs to, I really want to commend the European scene. I'm old enough to remember, when it was Japan and then it was America, but throughout Street Fighter 5 we've really put ourselves on the map, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I want to be part of that hopefully in the future. Yeah.
Do you know what? That was fantastic.
And before you guys leave, are you going to remake?
Yep. Potentially.
Okay, that's sick.
No, that's good. I like that. Special shout
I
outs.
need to make arrangements.
Special shout outs and said from the chest indeed. All right, gentlemen. So
like
when you are ready, you guys can leave the Discord call so myself, Olvaha, and Veggey can close out the show. And then I'll drop you guys another message later thanking you once again for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
All right, gentlemen.
Thank you for coming, guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening and take care. But yeah, what a set.
Well so good. That was so good.
Props to Veggey again for getting that one set up in such a very short space of time.
You know what?
Hold on.
I'm starting to think that Veggie's like a sleeper talent agent.
Talent recruiter. I mean,
talent agent.
Hang on, you're saying sleeper. Isn't his main title for where he is now player management? Management.
I just wanted to say that because it sounded cool.
I don't know.
It sounded cool, okay? Rule of cool. Don't ever question the rule of cool.
That's true.
I remember you
It is a
said
rule.
that. Yeah, I remember
It is a
you said
rule.
that, so.
Can't question rules, Jammerz. Don't question authority.
I'm sure I will. I'll make sure you two said that. Yeah, don't forget this. This is all recorded. This is all recorded, by the way.
Rule of cool, baby.
But yeah, no, interesting set. Once again, I've learned a fair bit regarding how Kage approaches Luke. It was actually very interesting to see, and it's good that Torpan pointed out that he was using a leverless controller, because I thought some of those things were, he probably was just finding his rhythm, getting to the groove of certain things, but he said, no, I'm on leverless controllers. Like, okay, that explains why certain things weren't working. He wasn't consistent with the anti-airs. But I also got to give props to Wainan as well, because that Kage definitely... optimization.
Such a treat.
Yeah, optimization was there. I like the fact that he stuck with the V-Skill 2, V-Trigger 1 layout the whole time. It looks pretty effective against Luke, but it looks like, again, it's doing its job and working in short bursts. But yeah,
And the comeback potential is there as well.
Wow. Well, that's what I mean by it is working in short bursts. Because if he doesn't throw the fireball, because you called it right at the start, you said, look, watch out for the V skill 2 and V trigger 1 over the fireball, and he did that to win the game or win the entire set.
Yes.
So
when it mattered.
Always when
baby.
it matters, indeed. So yeah, that's definitely one matchup I'm probably going to look at tomorrow. But yeah, well played to the gentleman, of course. But make sure you catch the archives on the YouTube channel. Just type in Capcom Fighters there. You can go check that out. And do not forget, we had another episode of Street Fighter League that happened yesterday. It was week 5. That's what it was, week 5. And we're going to be having week 6 next Monday. You can catch all the action on the same YouTube channel you're going to find this footage on. It's going to be Capcom Fighters. Just type it on YouTube, you find it, and subscribe to the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. Or you can head on over to the website, streetfighterleagueeurope.com. You can find out all the information there from the schedules, the leaderboards, the seasons, how it's going to work, the teams, and of course the leagues. And it will tell you everything as to what's happened with the results and what's upcoming. You can find out all the team information there as well. streetfighterleagueeurope.com. Do not get that confused with Street Fighter League US. As we talk about Street Fighter League US, it's going to appear in a minute. There is a website because every Friday it will be Street Fighter League US there. We should be coming up with week 6. Those guys have been putting on quite the show. Shouts to Rob TV, Vicious, Tasty Steve, and all the teams and players included. You can catch all the archives on Capcom Fighters as well. And as you can see, week 6 is going to be happening. Panda Glow versus CL Gaming or CLG, and NASA Bandits going up against UYU. So this is going to be a crazy one indeed. And this is what we want, man. Street Fighter League, some of the best players around in each region going to be competing, and then they're going to be going to the international finals at the end of all of this as well. Fantastic stuff to see. Now, I'm trying to remember, is there anything else I need to say? UFA is this weekend.
UFA,
I don't think we have a plug-in for that, but UFA is this weekend. Myself and Veggey will be there. Olvaha, you did say you were going to be there. You're not going to be there.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there.
Okay.
But hopefully next year.
Okay. Fingers crossed that makes it happen. I mean, unless you just decide to just want to go to France on a Friday. We'll be waiting. But yes, Veggey's competing. I'm not competing. I'm commentating. Veggey's going to show people why Birdie is a great character. If he makes out as Paul Winner's side,
or
I'm
not,
just gonna say I told you so. Well, if he goes 0-2, I'll believe him. If he makes out with Paul Winner's side, then I'll be like, listen, you need to stop lying to the people. But yeah, other than that,
fantastic.
We've had another good show. More Street Fighter action. We should have another set for you guys prepared next week. I actually don't know if it's been sorted. I gave them the resources. I don't know if it's been sorted. Surprise me. I don't think they're going to surprise me. But there you go.
This guy's too confident right now.
So much faith.
But right, we are going to see you next week because we do have another episode lined up. I'm not going to spoil the surprise until they make the announcement on Capcom Fighters. But until then, we got to love you and leave you for another week of Street Fighter here on the Capcom Fighters channel. And look, Kage's fun. I don't think he's the best character in the game. But we can all find some fun in everything. We'll see you next week. Keep playing Street Fighter. We'll see you soon.
Oh, let's go!